running for like half an hour.
Yeah, with no issues.
Did it just?
Oh, hey, look.
Again?
No. Yeah, you froze already. Look at that. Yo, what's up, y'all? We are sort of live. We're hitting all the technical difficulties. And that is okay. We're going to sort it out. Oh, boy. So I'm going to talk while Steve is, computer is currently crashing again, it looks like. How is everyone? This is where you can't stop me from saying that if you go over to the 40 Watt podcast, we're giving away a guitar. Technically, we're giving that guitar away on both of these, along with a few other channels. This is your last chance. I believe the drawing for the guitar is next Sunday. So go click the links. They are down in the description of both the 60 cycle hum and the 40 watt podcast descriptions. You enter your email, you're entered to win. I have no say in who wins, despite some people trying to tell me they want to make sure that they win. I can't do anything about that. So it says state. It does not say Steve, but I see where you're going with it. I should get Steve a sweatshirt that says Philip, and I'll wear one that says Steve, and that's how we'll roll with it. So we mentioned the part about the giveaway super early, which means some people are going to see that much and they are not going to watch the rest of this live stream, and that is okay. It is rigged to win. RJ, I don't think you're eligible. They know you stayed in the house. So also, I'm going to take this moment. I'm not wearing the shirt to advertise it because I can't, because I don't have it yet. But there is merch for 40 Watt now. It does not look like, it does not say 40 Watt podcast on it. I will share what it looks like on the screen while we're waiting on Steve. Look, we're getting all this stuff out of the way right now. This is it. This is the Will Work for Fuzz t-shirt. You can get the standard t-shirt for $22.95. It is available in kids' tees and women's tees, just like most things now, and hoodies and pullovers and all sorts of fun stuff. So if you want something like that, go over to the link down in the chat. It's in the description of the 40 Watt podcast version of this stream. So
I agree with RJ. I should just drop another $2,000 on a computer. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. This is the same issue I had with this computer actually when I first got it.
Oh, interesting.
Now I'm gonna catch the real shit. Everything was running fine until the latest Windows update rolled out.
Oh, see, I don't update my computer. That's how I get around that. Let me remove that comment now. I think everybody's had a chance to see it.
Comment? Oh, the shirt link?
Yeah, the shirt link.
What up, Gonzo?
Ian asked, is merch available outside of NA, North America? I think so. That is up to Threadless. I think they ship worldwide, but don't quote me on that.
What's up, Amanda?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? We can say hi now.
I don't even know if it's a Windows problem. It might be a RAM problem, but it's like a weird, I don't know. It's a weird like loop around. What's up?
It's time to go Mac.
Yeah.
It's time to go Mac.
Do they have Steam for Mac?
Yes. Yes, they do.
Do the games actually work?
Some do. Most don't. Most don't. It's time to go console, Steve. It's time to go console.
No.
It's the age of the console, sir.
I just put the computer back in my car and drive it to... No, I don't want a fucking used MacBook Pro. Jesus Christ.
Coming in hot, real early and fast. I love it.
Throw it in the fucking trash. I don't want it. Never working with that company. Just kidding. I have a ton of Apple products.
Right. I mean, if you're just giving away a MacBook Pro, I'll take it.
No, I'll just put my computer back in the car and drive it back to the shop I bought it from, because they're a reputable company.
That's how
And
you
then
do
I'll
it.
get it there, and they'll never be able to figure out what works.
Oh no!
wh-
Somebody do the Heimlich for Jessica. They're blue now. Amanda's pointing out that Jessica now has a wrench.
Yeah, we got a bunch of wrenches. I don't know who any of I don't. Ryan was probably just giving out wrenches last stream.
It's you know what, I'm a moderator for a couple of other channels besides my own and yours, and I'll tell you, you don't notice the comments that get held for review until you're a moderator, and like the most innocent shit that gets held for review.
Oh, just on auto.
Yeah, so I am a moderator over on the Mythos Pedals YouTube, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
And I'll be watching those, and they were talking about the this one, the Mythos Victor, right?
Yeah.
And somebody made the comment, because it's a rat. I mean, if you can't
Right.
tell, they said, "Oh, you dirty rat," and that got held for review.
Oh, because it's an insult.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But it's so bad. It's so dumb.
It's an air quote insult because it's not really an insult. Man, I do wish we could vertical the way the camera's set up. That would be so much better. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that, and honestly, a lot of channels, I think they have a couple mods that are very serious, and then they will just mod people at random. Obviously, aside from a couple of times over the years where we've where the mods have really needed to exist, for the most part.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't needed them.
When I do the Studio Rats live stream with them, we only ever get the spam bot comments on Twitch, because they also live stream on Twitch.
Oh, okay. Do the comments, do they cross over, or?
Yeah, well, they cross over in StreamYard, which is what they use as well. So we see all of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Steve, that's what we should do. Start streaming this on Twitch too.
Do people even go on Twitch? I heard if you have
I don't know.
I heard if you have more than 5 people watching your live stream on Twitch, it puts you in the top 1% of Twitch users.
Well, yeah, because it's like podcasts. If you get more than, hold on, I remember these numbers. It's
20.
It's really low for the number of downloads.
Yeah,
it's like if you get more than 100 downloads in a week, you're top 25% in the podcast world.
RJ and I were actually talking about this, so I just did a thing. Can you say some words? I'm sorry, I'm
saying some words. Yeah,
perfect.
Saying words.
Awesome. When I stream with Ryan, his mic feed is so quiet that I have to turn monitoring off, and it's actually it feels really weird to not have the Volt 2 monitoring turned on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that was a thing. We used to get the Telegram. Were we getting the Telegram messages in the premieres? I don't remember.
I think so. I know we did.
I know we got a ton in comments. Yeah, that was a whole thing. Yeah. What was the thing I was gonna say a thing, but I don't remember what it was now.
I'm over here adding moderator for some folks over on my channel. Y'all can have wrenches over there too. That'll be fine. That's how serious we are about things over here.
Maybe it was just about this. I'm never working with this. I don't know. Obviously there's companies don't really work with me per se, because I just back end. I'm not, if an email comes in from a company I don't like, I'm not going to be like, right, you have to respond to this email. Companies don't even know who's responding to emails half the time. Yeah. Twitch seems like it's for watch parties. Six String Samurai, I think, is on YouTube. So we could just probably watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I used to do Twitch back when I was gaming a bunch. I found that certain games were really good for Twitch streaming, but I was playing World of Warcraft most of the time, so nobody was watching. If you hadn't been doing it for a very long time already, you weren't. Yeah, it was very hard, or certain demographics of questionable
right?
ethics streamer.
Which are all on Kick now because
Yeah, they're all on Kick. Is Kick
yeah,
still a thing?
I
That's
don't
still
know.
real?
I assume it's still a thing,
What
but
was the other one? There was like a crazy like platform that was for college students. I remember having it when I was in college.
uh, for college students, are you talking
Yeah,
about
like
the one? Are you talking about the one that's like everything's like anonymous?
and it's local
Um,
to you. It's always local.
yeah. What is that? What was that called? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember. Why am I thinking there's a moose in the name of it or like in the logo or
Uh,
I don't know.
someone probably someone probably has someone probably knows. Haroglop, that's just because my house is smaller, so I can't my house is smaller than the pod, so I can't hide my guitars. So they're either up on the wall or they're in cases. And I actually don't have enough, I don't think I have enough cases without putting guitars in the garage, and it gets like 110 degrees in my garage in the summer, so I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do that. I highly don't recommend putting your guitars in the garage. So
Also, hello, Haroglob, and what's up, Brian and Dylan? Welcome.
and
Not
Carl
Omegle.
Gonzo.
Omegle is a different problem.
Who else we got that we haven't said hi to in here?
What's
F Google.
interesting is Kick. The Kick streaming service has a French Wikipedia, but not an English Wikipedia.
What?
Yeah, I
Is it
don't.
a French company?
Oh, there we go. Because it's on a different thing. Kick is an Australian company. It's was
Okay.
back-ended by the online casino company Stake.com. Launched 3 years ago. And yeah, I don't know. Apparently they had somebody die while streaming.
Oh.
So that's interesting.
Ooh,
Um,
Steve.
what's up?
So I know you're looking at fuzz. Let's start the topic a little bit. Well, I've already covered the guitar. I've already covered the new merch. We've talked about all that. Which company aren't we working with? And then Jessica asks, Stephen Phil, are there any companies you actually avoid? I have read that social boycotts rarely work.
Social boycotts. I don't run any social boycotts. I think, if I don't really care what brands people use that much. I mean, if you have a full tone pedal on your board, I'm gonna kind of give it one of these side eye sort of things.
Yeah. Knowing that, here's my caveat with full tone. As someone who sold off all their full tone stuff, even my tape echo, which I adore and miss, they sound great. That's never been the question.
Sure.
Yeah. But I'll throw some shade. There are some companies I avoid. A few don't exist anymore, so that's easy, low hanging fruit. I always avoided Green Child effects and amps.
They don't even exist anymore, Philip.
They don't. I own their website.
Let's go through. Let's see. Let's see. Yep. That's probably the other brand that I just don't really care to think too much about and don't recommend. But if other people have it, if other people are over the, this company did so much dirty work 10 years ago, and I guess it was 10 years ago now.
Yeah, it was
a little more, that Joe Bonamassa denounced them on the internet.
And Michael Landau dropped his endorsement of a pedal that they were making, and so that's one of my thing.
So I mean, there are people who think that they've rebranded it and done enough work, and he did refund everybody over, I think it was the WA, but there's still some other things in there that are I think it's whoever makes his amps feels a little bit, or felt a little bit, like the cable situation all over again.
Yes.
Because when the amps first came out, they're made by, let's see, the Doctor Special. Who makes the Doctor Special though? Also, the fact that there are people who are a little salty. I think it's a bit. I think it's funny, but when you're a pedal brand and you continuously refer to yourself as a doctor, and there's been some implications over the years that like you're an engineer, but actually I think Mason's, I forget what Mason's actual degree is in, but uh it's not in anything electrical from what I recall. um that's where people start getting kind of like, I think that's silly to really care that much about somebody calling themselves a doctor.
Yeah,
uh
I don't care
but
that much about it.
but I also do know that there went my computer again.
Oh no. Well,
uh
I will. I'm posting this from Smart Alex. Josh survived his past drama. I think Vertex will be fine. I think that's the ultimate thing. Is like to me, there's very few like I'm unwilling to give someone a chance on, like to come back from. So if somebody does the work and puts in the work to rebuild their image and they don't double down, I'm here for it. I'm all for it. So what I hope I've never owned any of the Vertex stuff. I've never met Mason. Um and so I hope he does well. I don't know anything other than that. Um Smart Alex, I do not know why you're a mod. That's on the 60 Cycle Home channel, so he was just handing them out at some point. Steve will come back again when his computer works again. It is time for Steve to buy a new computer. So we'll have to start a fund for that. There's Steve.
yeah, I do agree, like the GHS thing is kind of, now that being said, Josh's JHS pass I think is a little more uh maybe gray is the word I'm want to look
Uh,
for. I think a lot
yeah,
of that stuff is less provable. He didn't
yeah. There
outright
you go.
screw customers.
And it wasn't Josh himself. It was an organization he was affiliated with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Did you just make Smart Alex a mod?
I didn't. I can't. I'm
Oh,
not. I'm not on mine.
he's apparently a mod on 60 Cycle Hum then.
Yeah, he's on your channel. He's
Uh,
he's chatting over
there
there.
there are legitimately, so just before we look at some of these other comments, um there's a few every once in a while Ryan gets a wild hair, and basically anyone who's active in the chat during a given premiere, if the premiere's like going well, he'll just mod literally like every single person in the chat that day. So
I need to go over to y'all side because y'all have access to their back end because we did some live streams together. I should look at the mod list and just see how long the list of people that are moderators is.
now I'm kind of curious if no, it's not. Never mind. Yeah, did we already talk about this comment?
Which one? I haven't
About
talked no.
about Keeley.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm there too. Like it kind of rubbed me wrong a little bit for just a minute, but then I was like, you know what? That's not too big.
Wanted to go back with some of these. Firefly, when Firefly contacts us, then we will work with them. I mean, that's the long and short of it. Firefly in general does not work with brands. They've started to change that a little bit. There's like a couple of YouTubers that they've worked with, but that's the core of it. Firefly sold enough guitars off of off of our links for with no and also they don't really sell on Amazon, so it's kind of hard to like, it's actually really hard to make any money off of selling or like promoting Firefly stuff. There's not a corporate driver for it. Like the driver would just be to do something that will maybe get a lot of clicks, but will those clicks turn into something else? That's a whole other thing. So
yeah,
it's not about whether or not Fireflies, whatever. Don't really care about them. There is I will say that there's a company called Bad Cat that I don't think exists anymore. Bad Cat Instruments, not to be confused with Bad Cat Amps.
yeah,
So
totally different companies, which is super confusing.
yeah, so Bad Cat Instruments, which I actually don't know if they exist anymore. The guy who runs them has tried to rebrand a couple times. So that's the company that did the whole thing where Ryan did one of their guitars, did the James Hetfield clone that they made, which is already getting into like a little bit of a dicey territory when you're doing a clone of a guitar. Um, and uh, there were fake EMGs in it, which weren't disclosed. They're just listed as like pickups, but they have EMG covers on them, which are again that's probably easy to knock off.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and yeah, so there was some back and forth behind the scenes about like trying to get him to understand why that reflects badly on us, and it just kind of seemed like he gets it, but he didn't really get it. So that's probably a brand that we will not be working with again, because a lot, and there are some other things that beyond that that have to do that tie in
Yeah.
there. But I mean,
As for me, I can be bought. If anybody wants to work with me, I'll work with any brand as long as you don't tell me what to say. I'll
yeah.
take your money.
Let's see. Did we talked about this like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we covered that 2 weeks ago.
I don't know what's going on at this point. I know the Belltone guy apologized, and Phil said, "Well, I got an apology, and that's all I wanted."
Yeah.
So that's that. But I assume the video is still up and getting hundreds of thousands of views. So
Yeah.
there's that too.
Exactly. That's the situation. And yeah, I think it was too little too late. I think he realized that involving a lawyer in what could have just been an email or a phone call was the bad move.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So Steve, I want to get your take on something because
Yeah,
I've been waiting
that video slowed down at 400,000 views.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So I want to
d-
show you something. I want to get your take on this advertising angle. I'm going to show you a photo of actual President's Day sale advertising,
uh-huh.
and I want to get your take on it. This is an actual image for a President's Day sale. This is Guitar Center's advertising.
Okay.
All right, chat. What do you think? Does this inspire you at all?
I mean, I guess they're hitting a couple of a couple of these are kind of hitting classic poses. I, you know, the fact that that they chose Roosevelt as their third is interesting.
Yeah. But like the whole like Washington with a Fender acoustic with his foot up on a monitor, like he's not even playing it. His hand's just resting on it.
Yeah, he's just thinking about it.
It's so bad. It is so truly bad. Hold on, I have more. This isn't the only one they're using, obviously. Because if you have options, why not use them? Just just what the hell is this? Oh, all right. I got one more. I do have one more. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Oh, this is my favorite. Steve, before I add it, I need you to understand this is my favorite.
All right.
DJ Teddy.
Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. All right, I kind of love this campaign now.
DJ Teddy Roos.
Yeah, geez. DJ TR in the house.
Oh man, it is so bad.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see I'm looking through I'm trying to catch up on the comments. There's been a lot of them.
Teddy also looks like he's about to lead a safari while he's DJing. Yeah. So
what did you change the title on your side? What did you change your title to?
Yes, I did. I don't remember. Someone tell me what the title of this video is.
I don't think any of so Nady Potato says fuck your shitty AI slop. I don't think any of this is AI. Is it AI?
Oh, I think this is absolutely AI.
You think so? I
think so.
I mean, I can't tell because I'm just seeing it little. This just looks like they did a photo shoot with some old dudes.
No, I think this is absolutely AI. I don't think there's any doubt that this is AI.
Right. I mean, like I said, I'm just seeing it little on my screen.
I'm going to pull this back up so that you can see it again. There's no world where these are real people.
I mean, I definitely feel like I know these people. Like, I'm pretty sure I work with these people. But I can't see like that. They're saying like, oh, the hands give AI. I can't like there. I do look at Washington's left hand, and it does look a little weird.
Yeah, it does.
So
Yeah, so it's such a weird thing to do. And so we're talking about president screwing up. That's the title of my video was. Did this company just screw up? Also, we want to give you a guitar.
Also, yeah. I tried. I think I changed the thumbnail on mine, or I tried to. I don't think it went through.
That keyboard is weird looking. Like,
let's change my thumbnail. Apply.
All right, we're gonna go back to this because anyway, I wanted to get your reaction to those because I've intentionally not sent those to you until the live stream because I wanted to see.
Yeah, no, those are great. I don't hate them. Maybe I should. I don't know.
Yeah,
sounds like people in the chat want me to.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like the AI conversation is it's more nuanced than anyone wants to give it credit for.
Yeah,
I definitely think there's space for new AI tools. I don't know that there's space for entirely AI created things.
Can I not change my thumbnail while the stream is running?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. All right. Weird. So just before we went live, Henning Pauly put up a video where he ranted about, that's what we were sort of hinting at with our video title. I actually don't know that there's anything in the video worth discussing, to be honest.
Well, one, I feel like Headrush has always been a difficult company to work with regardless. Two,
In Music also owns Moog now, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
When so he talks about his friend that was at In Music, that his friend is also my friend. I talked to her,
gotcha.
Maybe like once a month. I'll send her a message on some social media and just see what's up. She just landed at IK, so there could be some
oh really?
Yeah, Henny Polly, as closed caption wants to call him, Henny Polly. So one thing is so she's at IK now, so we should be getting we were talking at NAMM about getting some Tonex stuff down the road. That was a video that should have been talking to a glass of schnapps.
Yes.
On the one hand, yes, when you are in communications with a company and the people you're talking to start disappearing, it's very frustrating. Yeah. We haven't gone through that to my recollection. That being said, it happens. That being said, regardless of position, people are definitely notoriously bad at email. Over the years, the number of companies that have effectively gone during the process of going out of business, the number, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. The number of companies that have gone out of business where the main complaint as they were going out of business was simply, I sent them an email and they never responded. And if they would have just said, hey, your order is going to be late because of XYZ, that would have been fine.
It's always communication. It's always communication.
So, so that's a whole other aspect of it, I think, that it's like, and so now he's talking about, oh, well, and I know that there's this thing too that keeps getting brought up that honestly, I don't really buy into, of like, well, if this is the way that they treat their content, the people who, if this is the way they treat their consultants or their contractors, basically that's what marketing is.
Right.
That's what we do. It's contract work. It's, whatever, however you want to categorize it. Ultimately, it's contracting for marketing, right? oh, if this is how they treat their contractors, then how are they going to treat their real customers? But
Right.
if you listen to Henning's actual video, he doesn't make that accusation. Other people make that accusation. People have pulled that out of the Belltone thing. If this is the way that the Belltone guy treats Phil, well, how is he going to treat me?
Yep.
Well, the difference is I don't presumably, but based on Phil's language, Phil was getting paid by the guy versus you paying the guy. Headrush Henning is trying to get paid by Headrush. He's trying to move the project forward, and I understand the calendaring thing. When you open up time, you only have so many time slots in a year. Theoretically, Ryan can probably only do maybe 100 at maybe 100 demos a year at the most, at the
Yeah.
absolute most. That's like 2 a week. That's like crazy busy. That's also crazy. Like, more realistically, I would guess he probably does between probably somewhere around, I've never tried to count. My guess, he probably does around like 75, 80
A year.
product based videos a year would be my guess, but I've never tried to figure it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. So
Henning puts
he
out
does
a
a lot.
rant on this. I saw the thumbnail for Henning, but didn't have time to watch. He put out a rant last week. He puts out a rant every Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's his Sunday morning ritual, at least US time Sunday morning.
That's his version of a podcast.
Yep.
Now, that being said, when he talks about the Moore situation in that video, my experience with Moore is very different than his, because we were also on the same emails that he is talking about, and Ryan and our interpretation of that situation is that when Amy left the company, it was almost like, it felt like it was kind of weird because Amy had been there a long time, and she's like, hey, here's my personal for people who just want to keep in touch. That's kind of abnormal in my experience for anyone when they're leaving a company to send a email out to, who knows how many people, and say, here's my personal email if you want to just chat. But maybe those kinds of relationships exist. I don't really know. The weirder thing about that is, and I don't even see the email anymore. Oh, there it is. So Henning said about a month later, her replacement reached out. In my email list, literally, this dude reached out. Let's see, she sent her goodbye email at the end of November, and the replacement dude reached out like 2 weeks later, actually exactly 2 weeks later. So maybe 2 weeks in a month. It could just be a memory gap. But when he did it, he sent that email to 94 people and created a whole back and forth, like, little side chain, because he's basically said, I'm taking this over. So maybe there was an appropriate gap, but there was a thing where they kind of like thank her in the email, but it also a little bit feels like, yeah, Amy's gone, I'm the new guy.
Yeah.
I'm just naming her because Henning did, so I think that's okay. And then that's also funny because then what happens is, because he sends this thing out to 94 people, somebody responds, at least Amy knew how to use CC.
Or email in general.
And then the guy apologizes, and then it becomes a whole thing. And then there's one last email that's basically somebody else on the CC chain calling out the person who is mad about everybody being the full whatever. So I think that's something kind of goofy. But yeah, let's see. Is it normal to put something on the timetable before being 100% confirmed? I think it depends. In the case of this Headrush thing, I think the product existed and it seemed like that conversation was going. It's not like a theoretical. This is a conversation I had with Ryan actually leading up to NAMM, is whether or not we should be trying to calendar, and how feasible it is to calendar out, like, say a company knows, hey, I'm going to launch a product in Q2. Like, how close up can we drill into this and say, well, when in Q2?
Right.
If you think you want to use us for a demo, can we put you on a calendar for, like, let's say Q2, let's see, Q2 is April, May,
Mm,
June. So can we put you in, if it's late, if you're thinking June, can we put you in the second week of June and try to like tease out when the actual launch is going to be?
mm-hmm.
But the other part of that is, the flip side of that is it's all, this is what Ryan says, is like, everybody's a musician, man. Like, musicians show up when they show up, they start the gig when they start the gig, and there's a lot of that here. And I know, like Fuzzimp is in here. He can attest to this because we've had a lot. May is the best time for a demo campaign, like early, like people buying things before the summer, or is that when bonuses roll in? Like, I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, but to uh this point about the timetable, and Justice and I, we've had a lot of conversations about this over time, is it's like, you might plan to, hey, I want to launch this pedal in like 2 months, let's get something on the calendar, da, 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 da. And then your case guy doesn't come through, or there's something else in the in this supply chain that just falls apart, and now all of a sudden, yeah, your thing's getting delayed, so now you're on the calendar with somebody for a product that isn't going to be able to launch on time. Now, like I said, in this head rush situation, I think it was a lot different because the product existed, so it was just a matter of like actually getting the product to Henning. uh on the one hand, I actually thought it was funny. um okay, yeah, June pedal sales fall off, probably because people are spending all their money on vacations.
Maybe.
Um, I think it was funny that Henning said, I don't have a lot of patience. That's why I'm making this video, because I've run out of patience. Because the guy responded like, thank you for your patience in this matter, or something, or thank you for your patience and understanding, or some comment like that, some boilerplate response. Um, but so that's funny, but also, like, this is at the end of like 3 months of back and forth. So that's the part of me was like, well, you did show a lot of patience going into this. um there's a brand, talking about brands we won't work with. I wouldn't say that we will never work with this brand, so I'm not going to name them, but we did get an email a while ago that was clearly like AI generated. It was AI
Yeah.
generated marketing pitch for, hey, and it's clearly an email sent out to every demo artist on this brand's roster of potential demo artists to work with. It's a brand we haven't worked with. Um, and basically it was like, hey, let me send you one of these units and do a demo and whatever. And it's like, we've had multiple conversations face to face over the years, and the fact that this email, I think, is just titled, "Hey, 60 cycle hum," I was like,
Oh,
couldn't
it
even
couldn't even use
bother
your
to,
names. Use your
yeah,
real names.
didn't even uh
Yeah.
try to make this seem like a real thing.
Yeah.
Um
I also love the really, really the it makes it sound like the impersonal ones you get from like XYZ crypto company that's trying to get you to
yeah,
push their junk.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
I get those. Tiny channel, I get a ton of those.
Yeah.
Um Everybody wants me to push crypto, and I'm like, I don't even understand crypto. So I'm not gonna do it. When a gear company that obviously knows who you are.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
y'all's channel's what, 170,000
No,
subs,
no, we slowed
160,000?
down. We're like 160.
Okay. Whatever. That's a ton. People know who y'all are. Like,
Right, right.
come on.
Yeah.
It,
Oh, that's how I
I used
changed
to.
the thumbnail.
What's
Sorry.
that?
I just figured out how to change the thumbnail. You
Oh
had to
my
actually
gosh.
click on the 3 dots.
Well, y'all, we're 40. Well, we started a little late. We're 40 minutes into this. I'm going to reiterate for some of you joining late because the number, Steve, we're getting close to 100 total viewers,
Yeah.
which is wild. We are partnering with Sweetwater to give away a guitar, part of NAMM House. It is being given away next week. next Sunday, Steve, I think the 22nd. I have that email. I don't know why I'm asking. You've seen it though. So enter to win. You can click the link in either one of our descriptions, 40 Watt Podcast or 60 Cycle Hum. They are both affiliate links, combative though. So if you click mine, it's my affiliate link. If you click theirs, it's theirs.
Yeah.
And put your email in, and they just want your emails, y'all. They want to be able to email you. That's it. If you're already a Sweetwater customer, they already have your info. Just give it to them again. So click the links, win a guitar. It is a Player 2 Jaguar in Aquatone Blue.
Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah. Aquatone Blue.
It's a link off. Yeah, you can go to my link. You can go to Philip's link. Who cares?
You should go to my link. Steve, my ever since NAMM, I've been an affiliate with Sweetwater since last year, but I haven't pushed it.
Mm-hmm.
People are clicking my link and buying stuff.
Good.
I almost have enough to do a Ryan style I know what you bought video.
You should do that.
No, it would still be too short. It would still be too short.
I think you need like in my opinion, I think you need like 12. I think 12 is the number.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Are there any other companies? Now, I could make the argument because this is called I'm never working with this company.
Yeah.
There's probably a ton of companies that I personally will never work with, not for any other reason other than like I am probably never working with Novo. I don't have a problem with Novo.
Yeah.
Their stuff is expensive, so I will probably never buy one. And they don't know who I personally am, so they will never work. They will never reach out to me.Maybe they'll reach out to Ryan. Maybe.
Someday.
Yeah, but they'll never reach out to me.
I don't think they'll ever reach. Like, I know the guys at Novo. Obviously, I even did a video about new Novos for NAMM coverage. And I own a few Novos that I've paid for all. No one's ever given me anything. But those boutique brands, they're looking for bigger channels than mine. Yeah. So that's the reason people don't talk to me most of the time.
This is actually a good point. Fuzzum says another friend of mine had 15K subs and got hacked after submitting a form for what looked like a legit brand deal. There was a wave for a while. It's kind of gone away where brands were using kind of fake-ish Google forms. So you click on a Google form and it would be like, hey, fill out our Google form, and it would take you to a fake Google page where you had to log in first before you could generate the form, and the login was actually what they were grabbing in order to get your like login credentials for Google. And then that's how they would take over your channels. So there was there's been other things like that. Yeah, there's a video and Joe says there's a video in an email that if you clicked, it took your channel. There's a lot of weird things like that basically for links, the way I kind of look at it, and people in IT are probably gonna say that I have gaps. I'm sure I do. Files attached to emails when it's the first email, never open those. Never open a zip file that's sent to you from a brand that you don't know if you can't confirm. If you get a link, a lot of times I float the link, like just hover over it to see.
Yeah, I want to see where it actually goes.
And that, honestly, I always wonder if that's enough to like trigger a takeover. I really have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if you click on the link and then it takes you to a page that asks you to log into something, yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that ever.
There's M. Rugburn says Rubgurn. Sorry, not Rugburn. Rubgurn. Even Excel spreadsheets can have malware embedded in them too. So can Word documents
and PDFs.
Anything that can run a macro can have malware embedded in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, M. Rubgurn, I need to know if your name is a reference to Emily Rugburn.
Who's Emily Rugburn?
It's the pseudonym that Kate Hudson uses, staying at a hotel in Almost Famous.
Yeah. I can't grab this comment that just came in to translate it, unfortunately. So,
Oh. Música era camaradería, no competencia absurda. Yeah. I understand about half of that. So,
yeah, something about profit. Yeah, some channels got caught with a PDF that use an exploit in Windows Screensaver to steal your session cookies. I think that's probably what Fuzzip was talking about. Yeah, something about you click it and it steals your cookie for Gmail. It's probably something similar. Yeah, gonna buy a burner iPad, forward all emails to different email and opens. I mean, that's maybe a way to do it until somebody puts together a hack that just actually hacks your Wi-Fi and grabs everything. I don't know.
gotcha.
Don't really know. Just be careful out there. It's hard out there for a pimp.
What Jesus is saying is that Musica is about camaraderie and not absurd competition.
Oh yeah. So I think it's in the episode that is it the episode dropping tomorrow. And I was listening to it's the episode dropping tomorrow. And I was listening to the these two artists. I make a comment in this. Have you ever thought about how there's kind of like two sides of like the proggy math scene? And basically Covet and Polyphia are the same band.
Ooh, that's an
Like,
interesting
like
take.
they're not the same band, obviously.
Right. But
And they're
like
two
they
different things.
occupy a space that's the same.
There are if you played, I think it's Goat. I don't listen to a ton of Polyphia, but I think it's Goat. And then you played like Falcor back to back, and you
Yeah.
told me they were the same band, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Which is a Polyphia song and then a Covet song. And the thing that I say on the podcast tomorrow, and just for people to prime people for tomorrow, is that the difference between these two bands is they're both playing proggy, math rocky, whatever you want to call it. Is that one of these artists is approaching math rock through as they grew up as Metallica fans, and the other side is approaching math rock growing up as Jimmy Eat World fans, basically. That's kind of what the difference is.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I'm being reductive there by not saying the reality is it's probably more like Meshuggah fans and American football fans. But it's kind of like this thing where it's like, no, they're playing very similar styles of music, definitely adjacent styles. But they are approaching it in very different ways.
I need to be more familiar to really see. This is where the discrepancy in the musics we listen to, Steve, show its show. You know what I mean? I've listened to Covet. I've listened to I've listened to Polyphia. I've listened to Jimmy Eat World and Metallica and all these, but these have never been my wheelhouse. So
okay, so basically it's like how I would I don't the problem is I don't it's I mean, I guess it's all I don't know what I'm trying to think of what the comparison would be.
yeah, I don't know either. That's why it's fine. Actually, I recently listened to Covet. I've been listening to. I want to go down I want to transition us to a music rabbit hole a little bit because we don't go down.
Marky says there's some band out there where some of the members put together a side project and double book shows. They open with their project band and then do their main show. Can't remember their name. Yeah, this was called the Postal Service Death Cab for Cutie 20th anniversary tour.
That's not that uncommon though.
It's not.
Actually, I've seen a lot of tours where
someone says Mighty Wind opened for Spinal Tap.
I like the idea because you'll see some tours where an artist will be opening for another artist and they'll just use the same band. That band will learn all the tunes of the opening artist. It saves a lot of money that way because they're not double paying. Well, I mean, they are double paying, but not at the same rate they would double pay, depending on if they're union musicians or
Right.
not.
That actually makes me think of, I don't remember who it was. I don't remember what band it was, but it was someone from, I think, excuse me, from the UK or maybe mainland Europe. Um, but they came over to play some festival. The singer of the band was able to fly out, but the rest of the band got stuck in
Oh
the
yeah,
visas. They had like visa problems or something. So
yeah.
one member of the band flew out, hooked up with a band that was also playing the festival, and then they got all of like basically got this other band that was playing the festival earlier in the day to learn all of the other guys' music. And so this band played their own music, and then they were like the guest band for this other dude. I can't remember what they were, like artists I'd never heard of, but I just thought it was a fun story for a festival.
Yeah, look, that's the nature of the music industry. If you think as a musician, if you think the only band you're going to play in is yours, you need to be ready because I've definitely gotten those calls for fill-in gigs at the very, very, very last second. I remember once getting a call for a blues guy. I'd played with him before, so it wasn't completely out of nowhere. But he called me because his guitarist couldn't make it. I can't remember why, but I think there's a ridiculous reason he couldn't make it, like he was in jail or something. But don't quote me on that. But he had been in jail before, but I don't think that was this time. But
It was a different time.
Yeah, I got a call. I was like, "Hey, Philip, can you play this gig at Ground Zero with me?" Da, da, da. I was like, "Yeah, when is it?" He said, "Tonight." You mean the gig that starts in 45 minutes?
Right.
Yeah, that one. Okay, I'll be there. I got there. I started setting up my gear. And that's when I saw a buddy of mine setting up extra microphones. And I said, "Hey, Eric, what are you doing?" He said, "Oh, yeah, we're recording this for an album." I'm sorry, you're what? Yeah. There is an album
Nice.
out there that I'm the guitarist on, unbeknownst to me that would be the case.
You collecting royalties on that, I hope?
No. And not only that, but they credit 2 guitarists on the CD jacket, and there's only one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. That's frustrating. Anyway.
Did you see this Corey Feldman stuff? I guess people are shitting on Corey Feldman for being at NAMM again.
I mean, I don't care that he's at NAMM. I care that he can't play guitar.
Like he did a show or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
I know guitarists who can't get a gig because they're mediocre guitarists. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Who are better than Corey Feldman at guitar. And Corey Feldman's playing NAMM because he's Corey Feldman.
Here's the thing about performing at NAMM. I don't think you have to be good.
You don't. I already know you don't. The Studio Rats were joking about possibly us doing a performance at NAMM next year. I say joking, not joking. Like they were kind of serious.
Like I don't know what the context of Corey Feldman's NAMM performance was. Was he at a booth? Was he, you know, doing his own thing? Was he at one of the hotels? You know, I have no idea. People really want to talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, he was there 2 years ago. Where was it last year? 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And so it's fine. It's whatever. I love Lost Boys. It's a great movie. I don't really have any strong opinions one way or the other. Joe's pointing out that want to feel bad because, you know, the trauma he's been through. Absolutely. It doesn't give you license to be kind of a horrible person as he appears he has a reputation for being. I can neither confirm nor deny that, but yeah.
Let's see. It looks like he's playing at the Clear Tone Strings booth.
Oh, okay. Well,
then it looks like maybe he did different performance with someone, but I can't really tell what's going on here. And it looks like in that one he's just singing. Oh, it's Jam Night, hosted by
Okay.
Paulie Z, whoever the hell that is.
Gotcha. Richard, you can't
RCF
see
presents.
Gonzo. You can't see Gonzo because he's posting in the 40-watt channel, and you're over on the 60-cycle hum channel. That's why you can't see it.
So that's the whole thing. Like, I don't really, I just don't, as far as the clear tone booth, if Stringjoy wanted to have I don't know why you string, if Stringjoy, or maybe a better example is like Two Rock. I'm sure, like, if with your relationship with Eli, if Two Rock was just like, hey, Philip, can you do like a 20-minute on one of our amps? Like, you could probably throw something together,
Yeah.
get some backing tracks and go in and do like a 15 or 20-minute set or whatever.
Yeah, I could do that tomorrow.
NAMM.
I could do that tomorrow.
And so as far as Corey Feldman playing for Cleartone, like, why is that the artist that they decided to go with? I mean, this isn't, I could turn this whole thing on its side a little bit. That's not a Corey Feldman problem. It's not a Cleartone specific problem. It's symptomatic of kind of like old NAMM, an older version of NAMM in general, or part of like a NAMM thing in general, where, I listened to Dipped in Tone this week. I'm not changing the subject. I'm
Yeah.
putting it there. I listened to Dipped in Tone this week where Zach and Addison talk about NAMM and talk about how it's changed. And one of the things that Zach said has changed a lot in his experience in NAMM is you used to go there and dealers would come up, or potential dealers would come up, and you'd be like, hey man, well, oh, you sell whatever, and let's look at, like, let me show you some stuff.
Yep.
And so the whoever owns the retailer, or whoever's doing the retail stuff, sits down and, oh yeah, I really like this, I really like this, or I really like that, whatever. Everything sounds great. I want to put in an order for 100 of this overdrive and 100 of this delay. Or I don't know what the numbers are. I'm making up numbers, right? Probably those numbers seem really high, but I don't know. And he said the difference now is, you go to a booth and you say, hey, yeah, we're this brand, like, you want to check anything out? And they go, no, we just wanted to see them in person. We've already heard them all on YouTube. Like, we don't need to play them because we already heard them. We already know what the hype is around it. Like, you can't sell these to us because we already know. We've already done our research.
Yeah.
So that being said, there's a lot about these performances where Cleartone is not bringing in Corey Feldman because, oh, hey, we need to have this awesome artist promote our product. They're bringing him in because for the hype, for the craziness, for all y'all in the chat who were like, oh, I love Lost Boys, or I love the Friday the 13th movie he was in, or I love I can't name too many Corey Feldman movies. I'm not old enough. But yeah, so that's a whole thing where it's like people are going to go for that. And there's a school of thought that is a full booth is good regardless of why. Personally, I think I disagree with that to some extent, but it definitely works. It like I said, it brings people to the booth. It probably gets some conversations going.
Yep.
It gives you something if you're a brand to post on your social media.
100%.
Hey, we had these artists here performing, and now we can film 30 seconds of their performance and take some pictures, and now you've got a social media post. So you've paid $20,000, $30,000 for your booth, and you've probably, in the case of Corey Feldman, paid that dude a few $1,000s, and now you have one social media post to show for it. Congratulations.
I think this is going to be, I'm going to tangent off of this.
Yeah. Tangent.
My tangent is I think NAMM would be better without booth performances.
I don't disagree.
I think NAMM would be a better, more profitable, more useful experience for everyone involved if there were no booth performances.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm sure it pays off for some brands. Like I'm sure there are conversations that happen. Herbie versus Smells. Oh, nice. That's a
Bye,
nice. That's
Herbie.
a that. Have a good one, Todd. That
And
is
the
an
other guy.
Herbie. Yeah, you all figure it out. You know what that says.
That's why I'm just saying Herbie. It's fine.
I want to say the whole thing. It's funny. But
Joe
yeah,
says,
no, I don't disagree. But I also I'm sure that there are performances that happen. I'm sure that there are retailers who are like, I don't really need to talk to Ernie Ball. We already stocked their product, whatever. Um, but are like, well, I do like Rabia, so Rabia's performing, so I guess I'll swing through there, and after the Rabia performance, maybe I'll grab one of those guys and
yeah.
whatever.
It's not like I don't like some of the performances. I just think NAMM as a whole would be better without them.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Steve, here's one for you. Thanks, Snarky. Who do you guys think are the best celebrity guitar players? Johnny Depp make the list? Hugh Laurie is talented as all hell on many instruments. He is. Okay, here's my question.
Yeah.
What do you mean by celebrity? Because celebrity is a very broad. Like, do you mean like mainstream movie star, or do you mean?
I think he means people who are famous for something other than like they are something else first. When you name
Yeah,
them, you don't say this person is a guitar player. Um Man, that's hard.
yeah.
Uh
I know
yeah,
that there's
yeah, Keanu. Tom Waits. Is Tom Waits I don't think of
no,
Tom
he
Waits
was
as an
music
actor.
first. Music first.
This was gonna be my thought though. Sometimes I watch Jason Momoa videos and I'm like, well, he's playing everything technically correct, but and he's a better bass player than I am, but I can also recognize how fucking ham-fisted he is.
Yeah.
Like he is just like I'm waiting, and also part of it is he's like what 6'4" or something. Like I'm waiting for the
Oh, he's
bass to
huge.
just fall apart in his hands.
I think we'd be dumb not to talk about Jack Black in this conversation.
Is he an actor first?
Yeah, I would definitely think of Jack Black as an
Jack
actor.
Black. Sorry, I'm thinking of Jack White. Yeah, Jack Black.
Not Jack White.
Absolutely.
Jack
I was like,
Black is
Jack White.
the other one.
Yeah.
Then there's also so I put up a whole list of
This is a good shout though. Conan
actors who
O'Brien.
play guitar.
Yeah.
Actors. So Johnny Depp's obviously on that list. Ryan Gosling.
I've never heard him play guitar.
He has a band called Dead Man's Bones. Russell Crowe has a band, The Ordinary Fear of
these
God.
are just people who have bands.
Yeah, but I mean, they play guitar. I haven't listened to them play guitar.
Yeah.
I and like so one I'm torn on. I really want to say Chris Christopherson, but
pretty sure he was a singer.
I think he was a musician first.
Singer songwriter type.
Steve Martin, although that's banjo, not guitar.
I'm looking at a list or like people referencing a lot of people saying Keanu. Have Jeff Daniels? Jeff Daniels plays guitar. I don't know.
I've seen the TV clip of him playing a song live.
I think Jeff Bridges actually learned guitar, but I don't remember if he put out an album.
Yeah. He apparently played the guitar and sang in a movie, Jeff Bridges. Obviously Hugh Laurie, as mentioned. I'm sure there's more that I'm just not.
Yeah.
And I don't mean, they learned guitar for a movie.
Right.
Like Samuel L. Jackson learned guitar for Black Snake Moan, but I
didn't
wouldn't
know
call
that.
him a guitarist.
I would almost argue that, and this is like for the purpose of this topic, I would also almost argue like if they haven't put out an album, they'll fuck Google just says Scarlett Johansson has an album. Excuse me. But like if they haven't put out an album, um then maybe it doesn't count. Oh, this is a good shout from Jesus. What about Saruman Hard Rock LP? You know about this?
Oh, yes, the
Christopher
Christopher
Lee.
Lee. He has a hard rock, he has a heavy metal Christmas album.
Does he play? I don't know if he plays
I
though.
think
Does
he
play?
only sings. I think he only sings. Steven Seagal, we don't even want to talk about it. Talk about celebrities who are assholes. He came through the club I worked at once, and oof.
We need to get
what a horrible human being.
We need to get Mercedes on here to talk about
oh, we do.
Steven Seagal. She was posted a bunch of Steven Seagal things. Yeah, so this is actually in terms of modern guys, I was gonna say Joe, who is the artist Joe, DJO, but Joe Keery plays Steven in Stranger Things. He's the front man. I think Joe is technically a solo artist. DJO, again, that's DJO.
Yeah.
Arpats was in a band, but I don't remember if he played guitar. I don't remember what the story with that is. There was someone else I was reading. Who was it? Some actor that was in like a hardcore band. I don't remember who it was. Oh, I'm so annoyed. It's also like some British hardcore band that like I'd never heard of, and now they're an actor and they're not really doing music anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Who's the guy that was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall? He plays guitar.
I have no idea.
He was also in
Jason Segel.
Yeah, Jason Segel. That's it.
I only know him as the bass guy in Yes Man. I don't know if this is.
I mostly know him from How I Met Your Mother.
No. Well, that's fair. Earl Patch says Fred Armisen is super talented, but I hear he's a huge D-bag. I've heard the same thing.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler. Where does someone like Adam Sandler fall in this? Where like music was part of their comedy routine? Like, right? Count?
That was part of it to me. Like the beginning of Adam Sandler always included the guitar.
Yeah. Jada Pinkett, I think, was or is in a metal band as well. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Jada Pinkett is in a band. Jada Pinkett Smith. Wait. Yeah. Let me see. Wicked Wisdom is the band. New metal band. Formed in 2002. Yeah. I'd forgotten all about that.
Yeah.
Huh. Honestly, it's all about creativity, right? And creative people create. And that sort of doesn't matter where you put them, they create. Like, speaking of Lord of the Rings, I see a lot of Lord of the Rings comments. Viggo Mortensen, who played Aragorn, also has a jazz album. Also,
really?
Yeah, he's also a photographer. He also painted a ton of the backdrops they used in Lord of the Rings.
Interesting.
He's a true Renaissance man. Creative people create. And yeah, Jeff Goldblum is a jazz piano player.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he did a really cool tour with Haley Reinhart. Yeah. Like I think they're still on it. Maybe they just did it. I don't know if it's over yet, but
speaking of totally boring music, no, I'm kidding.
You shut your mouth.
I just like the whole postmodern jukebox thing, and it felt like this is what happens when you go viral for effectively just doing covers. Is at some point, I feel like that whole wave of like it was postmodern jukebox, it was One Last Night or whatever. Do you know who I'm talking about? It's like One Last Night or last night's night, or I don't know what they're called. But it was, these bands that they got really famous for they got really a ton of viral over and over again viral for their covers. Our Last Night. That's what's called.
Oh, there you
Hour
go.
last night. And then you're just kind of like,
There was another band that
at
did
some
that.
point it becomes predictable to me, and that's where it kind of falls apart.
There's the band Walk Off the Earth that kind of got famous for covers, and now they do original music though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, guy from H. John Benjamin. Yeah, I believe. I think that's who he's talking about. I can hear an H. John Benjamin. I can hear him doing a jazz album. I don't know if I've heard that.
And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Archer and Bob's Burgers." No, Dr. Katz.
Oh, I was gonna say Home Movies.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. I think that's
I
even
think that's
more
about
old
the same.
school.
I thought Dr. Katz was before Home Movies. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I didn't really watch Home Movies. I played the video game though.
Oh, gotcha. I don't know if I don't know anything about him doing music.
No one's mentioned John Tesh. Round Ball Rock. Some Round Ball Rock up in here.
I think it's always going to come back to the whole creative people create.
Yeah.
And if we expand to just musicians in general, there's a lot of really great musician actor combos out there.
Yeah. Fuck Google says Dr. Katz was first.
Okay, Dr. Katz was first.
So yeah, I don't know who else. Hugh Snarky keeps saying that it should just be Hugh Laurie, and that should be the end of the conversation. Which I know he plays piano on House. I think he
plays guitar. He does play guitar.
Do he play guitar on House?
Yeah. He does, at least on one episode, but I know he plays guitar in general.
Got it.
So he's a big blues guy, so he kind of floats around my circle. Not him as a person, but like him being mentioned a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Since he's British, it's all Clapton blues, but we'll figure
well,
I'm kidding.
There's also there's John Mayall, and there's a
John
lot
Mayer. I love John Mayer.
Oh my god. I'm gonna leave this live stream.
Yeah, getting viral for going viral for anything can sometimes be the nail in the coffin, no matter what you're doing.
Hey Steve, can you manage this on your own for a minute or two?
Nope.
Oh, dang it.
Go do what you need to do.
I need to pee.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
All right. I'll be right back.
Why did no one mention any rappers? Because I think the topic was guitar players. And so we just didn't name any rappers because we weren't thinking, are there celebrities who were, I think, okay, it was a joke, or it's a joke. Good. I was going to say, like, once you get into the rapper territory, then you kind of get into like also just the general singing territory. Rappers who are guitar. Yeah. Lil Wayne, bringing guitar out for his rapping stuff. But I was thinking about how there's a lot of celebrities who are like actors who can sing a little bit, maybe not great, but they can sing a little bit. They can sing, average or better, probably better than average. And so then they sing in a movie or they sing in whatever other capacity. And you realize why they didn't become professional singers. But it's passing. And where I'm going with this is it's like a lot of those people have their backgrounds in music theater already to begin with. So they've had some kind of that background. It just exists. Yeah, like Amanda says, most actors sing and dance is just part of the process. There's a whole thing with how it feels like half of Mickey Mouse Club became professional singers and the other half became actors. But Mickey Mouse Club, they're all that's a song and dance background, So that's that. Did Trogley have a Lil Wayne guitar? I don't know. I don't know anything about Trogley. Welcome back.
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah, I want to know your take on this. This
Little
is a topic.
ASMR real quick. Little.
Oh, nice. Um, oh, oh man. Son of a bitch says Riley Reid plays bass. Does she count as an actress?
Oof.
I know.
Oh, here we
Danny.
go. How did we miss Hasselhoff?
Yeah, well, does he? I don't. Again, I'm thinking about guitars, but then
He
as you
plays
just
guitar. I don't
does he
know if,
play
like,
guitar?
yeah, he plays it.
Don't hassle the Hoff. You know, I'm gonna go do the thing that you just did.
Yeah,
I'll
go
be back.
for it. I got this. So let's keep talking. I'm going to scroll back a little bit and give my take on things that, going to go back. Zoe Deschanel not just is a singer, but she also plays guitar and at least ukulele. I know those for fact. So does play some things. I feel like there's a really obvious one we're missing here, and that's Uncle Jesse from Full House. Absolutely actually plays guitar, actually has a band, also actually plays drums. He's done a really good episode, a Drumeo video, John Stamos, obviously, pulling up the name of his band. But he did a Drumeo episode where he like had to hear a song for the first time without the drums and had to create his own drum track for it. He's really, really good. So let's see. Oh, he collaborated with the Beach Boys. Didn't even know that. Yeah, so I think that's a really easy one. How did we forget John Stamos? Exactly. And yeah, he's a good looking dude too, so it helps. It helps. The Monkees, the band themselves, the ones who actually played the music, were good. The music was fun and it was good, but there's that whole stigma of it's a fictional band. The actors, most of the actors didn't play the parts. Obviously, I think Davey did. Jim Belushi plays harmonica. He does. I think Bill Murray plays harmonica and is touring with a blues band right now. So that's really cool. Let's see. Who else we got? Yeah. This one, I don't know if Steve mentioned it while I was grabbing another beer and using the restroom in reverse order there. Elvis is kind of like I realize he was an actor second, but he's kind of the archetype for this. So Steve, we came up with one while you were gone. John Stamos.
John Stamos.
He's got to be the best guitar playing actor, right?
Is he a guitar player?
Yeah,
I don't think of him as a guitar player. I think of him as a drummer.
The Beach Boys. He toured with the Beach Boys
as a drummer.
I thought he toured with them as a guitarist. I know he's played guitar in bands as well.
I know he played guitar in Jesse and the Rippers. That's the only but as far as in the Beach Boys, he was a drummer.
No, I've got a picture of him on stage with the Beach Boys playing guitar.
Oh, well, when he toured with them, I'm pretty sure it was on drums.
Yeah.
I will stand by this until
he's also a guitarist and plays very well. So
okay.
I'm gonna go with John Stamos as my pick. That's my best guitar playing actor.
Let's see. What there's some other people. Did anyone else named?
What did you want? Before you left, you said you wanted to get my take on something.
Yeah, want to get your take since we're talking about music and guitar. Though this isn't guitar, I want to get your take on it because I know you have a little bit more of a backing. We're going to talk about something adjacent to your favorite topic, jazz.
Oh, it is adjacent. Yeah, let's talk about jazz.
Let's talk about. I finished yesterday. La La Land.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't watched La La Land. I thought you would
I
have.
don't watch. I don't watch movies.
Okay.
I did. Kelly and I did watch Begonia yesterday, though.
Oh, I want to see that, but I don't think it's
You,
you have to
you
rent it right now, right?
no, it was a live stream. I'll tell you what streaming service we had it on. So, when Kelly reminds me, because she
I think
was the
it's
one
on
driving the TV.
it might be on
So
Peacock,
I think it was Peacock.
which I can't figure out what my Peacock login is. So but yeah,
Yeah.
damn, I thought for sure you would have seen La La Land given
I'm
that
not.
it's
I don't care
kind of a
about
jazz
spoilers.
movie.
What's your take? What's your take?
I don't have a take like I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I don't have a take because I feel like I remember seeing some complaint that like there's a comment in the beginning of the movie where she says that she doesn't like jazz, but her idea of like the whole thing is about how her idea of jazz is like elevator music. It's like with smooth jazz, Kenny G.
Gotcha. Oh, see, that's the
Um,
problem.
but
If people know anything about jazz,
mhm,
they think it's one of two things. They think it's either the smooth, boring, I'm going to call it boring, y'all, because it is boring, smooth jazz, like Kenny G elevator music,
yeah,
background during every Christmas scene in a Hallmark movie kind of music.
right.
Um, or they think it's some 12 tone serial like escapade atonal
Oh yeah,
cacophony.
yeah,
They don't realize how much variance there is in between those things, because if both of those things are jazz, and they are,
yeah.
everything in between can be jazz too. Whereas I, like, for example, I'm a big fan of hard bop, which is, it's bebop, which is some of that getting into the
Mhm, mhm.
exploratory harmony kind of thing. I like hard bop because there's still like bluesy elements to it.
Excuse
Um,
me.
that I don't know, it's still relatable music. Things like Art Blakey, that's where Wes Montgomery kind of falls in,
Mm.
is in hard bop. So those are the kind of
Yeah.
jazzes I really like.
I think the complaint that I now M. Rugburn says I know a lot of Rubgurn says I know a lot of filmophiles who finally gain respect for jazz because of La La Land.
Yeah.
Um, I don't.
Also, while we're at it, no, Freaky Friday is not my favorite movie. My favorite
Oh
movie
yeah.
is actually Almost Famous as well. So
Do you think Lindsay Lohan is a better? You don't think Lindsay Lohan's a better guitar player than John Stamos?
I do not.
Um,
She might be a great guitar player, but I don't think she's better than John Stamos.
so I don't know the. I feel like I remember reading somewhere that people complaining that La La Land didn't break down jazz enough. Um,
Oh,
because she's like, "Well, you don't like jazz. This is jazz." And because he's a jazz pianist.
yeah.
And then yeah, I'm reading it like, "Oh, it treated this idea of like him of you have this white guy Ryan Gosling who's trying to be like, I'm a jazz pianist. I'm real. I'm making real art jazz."
Hmm.
Whatever, but it's like it's inserting a white guy into this. I'm gonna save jazz for I mean, for what it's worth, you could argue that basically he's Joe Bonamassa. God, I keep talking about Joe Bonamassa.
Or Bill Evans, who was a quintessential jazz pianist, who's
Yeah.
a white guy.
Um,
Um,
but
don't get
you
me
know,
wrong. But they
and
also, if I remember like the little bit I know about the movie, having not seen it, they've also got like John Legend in there, and they've got,
yeah,
legitimate jazz musicians in there. John
yeah,
Legend is in my brain, he's a pop musician who could be a jazz musician if that's what he wanted to
right,
do,
right.
kind of thing.
I mean, for what it's worth, like that's kind of what he plays in the movie
Yeah.
is
Gonzo, they are called jazzers. That is a term that people use to refer to jazz players.
yeah.
Jazzers.
At the end of the movie, they have the piano player that he replaces is Kyrie Tyler, uh, who apparently is a songwriter producer on Beyonce's Cowboy Carter.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, to your point that they are bringing in actual uh
and more so than Cowboy Carter, he was the songwriter and producer on Meek Mill's Championships album.
an album I didn't mention because I haven't listened to it.
Oh, well
It
then.
sounds like I need to.
Yeah, you should. Meek Mill's great.
Yeah. So anyway, just being say like I really enjoyed the movie. I just remember hearing some noise about like, oh, how it's not like jazz enough or something.
It might not be, but also it's not jazz enough in the same way that like Black Snake Moan wasn't blues enough, or it's a movie that's meant to appeal to people who aren't necessarily fans of that music.
Right.
So
right.
they can't go as deep as like a real jazzer would want it to go. Or in the case of Black Snake Moan or Sinners, they can't go as deep as like a blues hound is going to want it to go.
Right. And I think that's fair. Like that's a fair commentary. Like you can only do so much in the time that you're allotted. In this case, like jazz is a vehicle for showing the evolution of two characters. It's not the point of the movie isn't to be a jazz history piece. The point of the movie is just to say Kenny G's fake jazz and
it's a story, it's a storytelling device.
Yeah, and that you have one character who doesn't know anything about jazz, but because she's dating this guy who loves jazz, she gets into jazz. And then you have this other character who loves jazz, but then in order to make money, he has to play music that he doesn't necessarily love.
I don't remember anybody being mad that August Rush didn't dive deep enough into Khaki King's catalog. So so they'll be fine.
I mean, I was really frustrated that I don't remember the name of the movie. There's another movie that was Mr. Holland's, was it Mr. Holland's Opus?
Oh yeah.
Like didn't it, it pretty much fixates on one Beethoven piece or whatever. I don't remember what it was.
I'm just mad that the movie Beethoven didn't have enough piano in it. You know, the one about the dog.
yeah, right. So yeah, I mean I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a fun movie.
Okay, everybody's transitioned over to Muppets. I don't care who your favorite Muppet is. I want to know who your favorite Care Bear is. That's more important.
I had the yellow one when I was a kid.
I still have
what it's called.
I have the Care Bear cousins. You remember like the other animals that weren't bears?
Nope.
I still have that one.
I didn't even know August Rush was about Khaki King. So
it's not about cats. That's the joke. It's about Khaki King's playing style because the main character plays similar with the slapping and
yeah, right.
And Khaki King actually played a ton of the parts for the movie.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, sorry. That was the joke.
Oh yeah, it's a movie with that kid, Freddie Highmore.
Yeah. I couldn't say his name. I could never have told you what his name was.
So is he supposed to be autistic in that movie too? Is that why he's good at guitar?
I don't remember, and I don't know that I could answer. Dude, that movie's almost 20 years old.
I'm just saying that because he's, because of The Good Doctor.
That movie came out in like 2007 or 2008. I can't remember.
Let's see, 2007.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that movie is almost 20 years old. I am getting so old.
Speaking of giveaways, I'm not going to grab the link, but if you go to, I think one of the last podcast episode that dropped, we're also doing a giveaway for some Lewitt stuff.
Oh yeah. Y'all are giving away one of these. Hold on. Y'all are giving away a Connect 2.
Yeah.
And one of these, a Lewitt Ray.
I don't think we're giving away a Lewitt Ray.
Oh, are you not? Y'all just talked about him?
We just talked about, so that's what we're promoting, the Lewitt Ray.
Oh, okay. I also use a Lewitt Ray. It's a great microphone.
So what's funny is I watched the video that comes out tomorrow, and I used the mute function to mute a cough, but I cough so loud that it's full blast in Ryan's microphone.
I use that when I got up to go to the restroom and to get a drink. That's how I muted, because I just do it right here on the microphone, talking while I'm hitting the mute button, and just very
the aura function's pretty cool too, to be honest.
I have it turned off.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's so Ryan makes the point that like the aura function, if you are outfitting a studio and you're bringing in people who like
don't have mic skills.
who don't have mic skills, who just aren't used to it. Like the Aura is perfect for that.
It is. It's really good for someone who doesn't know how to stay in the microphone and they keep doing this. Yeah. And that way you don't have to compress the hell out of it.
Yep.
Amanda, I don't care if you watch that thing you do, but you've got to watch Almost Famous. Look, I tell you what, I will set up over on my Discord a live stream and we will watch Almost Famous.
Snarky, the link for the Lewitt giveaways in the last podcast episode. I'm not going to post it in the chat because I might crash my computer again.
Yeah, we can't risk it. Steve's computer is having a hard day, y'all. We don't want to give it more.
It's just like certain things. I almost wonder if there's like a bad, if there's like one, and I don't really know how this works. So the computer people are probably going to be like, what the hell?
I've noted this one. I'm going to watch it.
It's almost like there's a bad, whatever they call it, like piece of RAM that doesn't ever get accessed. But then once a program decides this is where we want to live, like it's accessing it all the time. And so it's like there's certain things where, so I was having my computer crash all the time trying to boot up Red Dead Redemption. Yesterday. Yeah. I uninstalled Red Dead and then reinstalled it, and then it ran fine.
You know what never crashes my computer? Playing Red Dead on my Xbox.
So,
I
don't know, man. What are y'all?
Wait. Steve, what do you think about doing a Discord movie night?
I know Discords that do it all the time.
Yeah, we could do rock and roll movies where people could come in and out as they want to. We should all watch together Rock and Rule.
Oh, you've been talking about that. Yeah.
I watched it after Amanda brought it up during the live stream months ago, and oh my gosh, we all need to watch it. Everyone needs to have watched Rock and Rule.
Jason Schwartzman, does he play guitar? I only know him as a drummer. So another guy I only know as a drummer.
I'm looking to see if I can find a picture of him playing guitar.
I think his brother plays keys. I don't know if his brother plays guitar.
He does indeed play guitar. There's a picture of him working on a record.
I have a feeling he's actually a better musician than John Stamos.
He might be. Okay. He's also super funny.
But so I was talking to, so he's in I think he's on the first two. I don't know if he's on the third Phantom Planet album, but he's at least like, he's, I think, a founding member of Phantom Planet. And then his brother was a founding member of Rooney.
Oh, that's a band I used to love.
Yeah. He was the keys and vocal in Rooney.
Really?
Yep. For the Blue Side album, at least.
That's the good album.
Their second album was pretty good. It just didn't get any.
I know. Have I ever told you the story of going to see them play live?
Snarky really wants you to watch that Britney Spears movie.
I was gonna make the Britney joke. If you haven't seen like the Good Crossroads movie, the Ralph Macchio movie,
I was trying to find it on streaming and I couldn't find it anywhere. I've seen like pieces of it.
I actually think it's on YouTube. I think the entire movie's on YouTube. Nice. So, it's like Rock and Rule. The only reason I was able to watch it because it's not on streaming services,
right?
There's a Facebook group that has posted the entire movie as a video. So I found that Facebook group.
What's the Commitments?
What?
What is that? What is the Commitments?
Okay. First of all, 1991. That was the movie that made Mustang Sally a hit again.
1991. Something about Ireland.
Starring
a bunch of people I've never heard of because it's an Irish movie.
Based on a novel. It was huge.
Not if it came. I mean, in 1991. Yeah, I would have missed it completely.
Okay. Well, we'll watch the Commitments too. We got to do a Discord movie night. I've just decided it's got to happen. It's gonna happen. 40 Watt Discord. We'll do it. I don't know, every other week. I'm gonna have to happen. We got to watch movies.
Let's see. Yeah.
Just don't tell any licensing officials.
Yeah, 7-year-old Steve was not watching a movies with 193 uses of the F word.
90. Well, it is Irish. It's Ireland, so
100. I feel. Well, how does that compare to a Quentin Tarantino movie?
wait, how long is the movie? Hold on. Would you say 97 uses in
193?
193?
Yes.
In 118 minutes.
Yeah. So that is 1.2 uses per minute, something like that.
Rookie numbers.
Oh, Glenn Hansard is in it.
Oh my gosh. Dylan, if you for anyone who wants to find my Discord, if you go to, there's a bunch of different ways. You can go over to my YouTube channel. It's down in the comments. There's a link tree where all of my links are. So if you go to 40wattpodcast.com or linktr.ee/40wattpodcast, you'll find all the links. The Discord link is there. I'll try to grab it here in a second and toss it in the, or Snarky can handle it and take care of it. See, Snarky, that's why you're a mod right there. Done.
Yeah, Jessica, I watched both Hateful Eight and Pulp Fiction in like the last month or so, and that's a rough ride.
Yeah,
that was a rough ride.
Do you know that for a long time, Pulp Fiction was the one Tarantino movie I'd never seen?
I mean, for a long time, I don't know if it was the one, but it was one that I had not seen in a long time.
See, this, Graham, that's the point I was making. It is Ireland, so therefore, dropping the F-bomb is just letting you know that they were done with a sentence.
Sure. There's a new cut of Kill Bill. What was wrong with the old cut?
Why would they? What would they fix? I feel like they could only screw it up.
Well, I mean, most directors' cuts seem like they make the movie worst. For what? It's
worth. Yeah. Yeah. I think they make the movie worse. All right, I'm over here. Let's see. Maynard Madsen, we're making you a moderator too while we're at it. And you know what, Emily, we share the same, or M Rugburn. We share the same favorite movie. I know, but I'm gonna say because they also said that it was a typo and now they have to fix it. So they meant to be Rugburn.
Someone just joined my Discord. That's interesting.
Oh, look at that.
I don't know who.
I don't know if you just joined mine because I'm not watching it, but
yeah, it just popped up on my phone. I'm trying to remember. So Amanda says she doesn't like Tarantino movies, too much bang bang violence. So I'm trying to think of ones without bang bang violence, if there is one, but I don't know if there is. I mean, arguably, Kill Bill does not have bang bang violence in it because it's all / violence.
Okay, semantics, sir. The spirit of the statement and not the words of the statement. Yeah. Yes, we need to watch Last Waltz. 100%. This is such a great idea. I think this would be a great.
That's the Michael Jordan movie, right?
Sure, Steve. Y'all, we've
got The Last Dance.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, we got to make Steve watch so many movies, y'all.
It was the 30 for 30 one. A new retcon of the Highlander with Henry Cavill. Oh, it's coming out.
Yep. It's coming out. It's going to be a thing. Look, Henry Cavill is one of us. He's a nerd. He's just a big old nerd.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a ton of actors are.
Yeah. And he's one of us. I will stand for Henry Cavill all day long until he shows up in certain files. Not saying he is, but that will be the breaking point for me.
No, there's a bunch. I mean, we talked about Jason Momoa earlier. Jason Momoa is a huge nerd. We didn't talk about him today, but Vin Diesel. Yeah, Vin Diesel was the original big
huge nerd.
Yeah, there's a ton of these guys who are just like, I mean, they're all. You don't typically, like, I would say, unless you took the I was a model who became an actor route, or I was something else and accidentally became an actor route, like you're probably a nerd. Like if you had took drama class in high school, you're probably a nerd.
Yep. F Google. Listen, if you watched the original Highlander or the Highlander TV show and didn't think it was a little ambiguous anyway, like I don't know what to tell you because it was there. All the markers were there.
Wait, what did I must have missed what you said.
I don't know what I said either, but it apparently got that from there. So
one of the US figure skaters is a huge Magic the Gathering nerd. What's up, Madsen? How's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun things. As far as Highlander, I mean, I don't know, there can be only one. What does that how
Okay, so I got to tell you, Steve, my wife has been on a Lord of the Rings movie kick lately, and I found myself not wanting to watch them for the 4 billionth time. And I was like, I don't know who I am as a human being. She puts them on as like background noise,
right?
The extended cut, of course.
That's what we should have done at NAMM House.
That's absolutely what we should have. By the way,
instead we spent 3 nights watching YouTube videos from everybody's first year in the business.
Wait. Highlander has always been gay. Bunch of dudes sword fighting. What's not gay about it? But so speaking of NAMM House, our hosts still haven't reviewed me. So
is that good or bad?
I don't know. I always do a review of the house that that I stay in, and I usually get a review like in a couple of days, and nothing.
I mean, have you already booked for next year?
No, because it was trying to make me pay immediately, and I'm not about dropping, $4.5 grand. The prices up, by the way, from this year.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Anyway. I'm hearing some clicks of people joining Discord in my ears. Nice.
Bunch of dude. What's it? Braveheart is definitely a chick flick. It is.
Yeah. I don't know.
If someone opened my fake present, I'd be late on a review too.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Is Sean Connery Spaniard better or worse than John Wayne's Genghis Khan?
Oh my god, I forgot about the John Wayne Genghis Khan.
Is Sean Connery's Spaniard better or worse than Sean Connery's Russian? I think it's worse. I think he actually does a passable Russian.
No. The thing is, at least he's white, so that's why it's worse.
Spaniards can be white.
Yeah,
white.
NAMM House does sound like an insanely fun time. I'm not gonna lie. The month leading up to and the month after NAMM House collectively are like becoming the best times of my life.
Yep.
Because we'll all stop chatting as much in the coming months because we'll all be super busy, and then it'll ramp back up near the end of the year, which is great.
Was he supposed to be an Egyptian Spaniard? I don't remember the details.
With an Edinburgh accent.
I was just saying like that because I don't know how much of this you have this. Was Kevin Costner British? I mean, I know he played Robin Hood, but he goes in and out of accent a ton in that movie.
Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez is the name.
But what I was gonna say is, I don't know if you have this where you're at, but it's a little bit of a thing here, where there's basically like 2 kinds of Mexican.
Okay.
There's like mestizo, which is more common, and then there's the folks where you're like, no, you're from Mexico, but you're Spanish.
Oh, interesting.
Like, and it's like not a class. It's like just a thing that you kind of clock.
Yeah, I get it.
Like it's not there's not anything actionable from it, but you live here long enough, and it's kind of like, so you've got one group and you've got another group, and one of those groups probably at some point in their history had a lot of money, and then maybe they don't anymore, but at one point in their history they did.
So let's talk about this for just a second. I know that we have guitar podcasts and we've spent most of this time talking about movies. So Michael, think about the time period of Indiana Jones. We know what time period it is because it's around World War II. So it's in, 1930s. So if Indiana is in his 30s, that means he would have been born around the turn of the century, maybe earlier, which would have meant his dad was born in the mid to late 1800s. And European immigration to the US and OG European immigrants to the US were still pretty common at the time. So I think it fully tracks with the time period.
Out. Yeah,
totally checks out.
M says after being in LA for almost after being in LA for almost a decade, I can clock Spaniard heritage in anyone from Latin America. Where it gets dicey is when you clock German heritage in someone from Latin America.
Oh.
Does Labyrinth count as a music movie? I think as much as any other movie, I count it as a music movie.
It is a movie with music and David Bowie's in it, so yeah, tracks.
The real question is, does Labyrinth count as softcore porn? Because David Bowie's package is on like in about as full display as it can be without being on full display.
Hold on, snarky. No, The Last Crusade is set in 1938, very specifically 1938. Look it up.
But also, like, even if it's 1945, that means
the
Indiana Jones would have been born in 1915.
Right? No, way or even earlier than that. I think.
I don't know how old he's.
I think in the movies he's supposed to. He's a freaking college professor. I'm thinking he's late 30s up to like mid 40s.
Yeah. He has to store those orbs somewhere. Good Lord.
We have lost people talking about this, by the way. People are not holding on. It is okay.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, in fact, in 1912 was when the movie opens, it's 1912 Boy Scout Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah, he definitely born like 1900.
He gets the crucifix in 1938. So yeah, that whole movie is that movie, the adult part of that movie, adult Indiana Jones, starts in, like you said, 1938.
Yeah. Last Crusade is the third movie in the series. The first movie, Temple of Doom, happens in 1935.
Yep. Let's see. You guys got any other questions that aren't movie related?
For the record, Last Crusade is the last Indiana Jones movie. I will die on this hill.
You don't count anything after Last
Crusade? I do not.
You do not dial the destiny.
I do not dial the destiny. I do not crystal the skull. Yeah.
Who up crystal in they skull. Temple of Doom is the best. I like Temple of Doom, but I feel like I grew up on Temple of Doom in a weird way. Like that was the movie that was just on TV all the time.
Yeah, that tracks.
So I've watched Temple of Doom a bunch of times.
Oh, Maynard asking the real questions. Does the Rocketeer happen in the same world as Indiana Jones?
Oh, I hope so.
Me too. Crystal Dull. Oh, dang it. I missed it. There it is.
Yeah. Jessica wants to know, when do I win the guitar? I believe they're supposed to draw and contact the winner. So I think it ends the 27th and they're supposed to draw on the 28th, but I'm not.
Is it? 100% I thought it was the 22nd. Maybe it's not.
I could definitely be wrong.
I'm going to double check it.
Excuse me.
So according to the email that I received, yep, 27th it started on January 22nd was where I'm getting 22nd. So look at that. We could have theoretically done this next week then. I was thinking it ended.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Watch Joey win it. Yeah, that would be actually hilarious if Joey wins it.
Joey's won y'all show enough that he could have bought a Jaguar.
Yeah, probably at this point.
Anyway, all right.
I want to get some feedback. So for the folks who watch the podcast, we've only gotten one piece of feedback. For the folks who watch the podcast, though, we've been doing this thing where we give away a $25 gift card every episode based on the ad.
Right.
And for the 99% of the time that we've been doing it, we've been and also Joey does win a lot of giveaways for what it's worth. Like he's won a number of giveaways. But so we've been doing usually Ryan and I pick the winner, and if we both pick different winners, then we spin the wheel.
Right.
But this last week I just did that annoying click that Ryan hates. This last week we tested the idea of letting the Premiere chat pick the winner. And I'm kind of interested for folks who are in the Premiere chat. I think it was Thursday or Friday this week, and got to pick the winner, or people who watch it and are don't know who the winner is. So I don't know if it was pinned as a comment. What do you guys think about that? Does anyone have any thoughts on the way that on tweaking the Adventurers Club?
You know what? I think you stop y'all picking at all. I think every episode there's a poll that lasts a week, and at the end of that week, you give it away to the winner is whoever wins the poll at the end of the week. You announce last week's winner on the next week's. Well, you can't do because y'all record every 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, we could do it. We could space it out a little bit, but I don't know. I don't want to do a separate link to poll. I don't want to have to set up a poll site. I don't know if YouTube lets you have running polls.
I don't know either.
On videos.
But you could put a link in the description to a poll.
Yeah, but I don't. That's what I'm saying. So right now, I think the idea is if there's and to fuck Google's point, I was at work and got 15 minutes behind, so I refrained from voting. That happens. People are gonna have that happen. Do a thing where the intro is last week's winner. That could be interesting. That's the question I have. Can you do polls in the comments? I have no idea.
Yeah.
There's an argument to be made that like this is just a fun way to do the premieres. Is like this is just a perk for getting to watch the premiere and do it in the chat.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
You and the other friend that do with the funny laughter. Yeah, Ryan. His name is Ryan.
That's definitely Ryan.
He's on the other 67% of the videos on this channel that I'm not in. No, actually, now that we're publishing 2 podcast episodes a week, I think my market share is increasing significantly.
I love that y'all split them in order to make shorter episodes and separate the topic from the ads. Y'all are going to end up with 2 1-hour podcasts a week.
No, we can't actually do that because there's not enough room on the card. That's a true story. That's a real thing.
You can buy a bigger card.
I think it might already be
the biggest one that camera can handle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a 128 or a 256.
Gotcha.
But I think it's one of those. No,
the real questions from someone studying physics.
Yeah.
There's no way. You know what? There's a theory to suggest that quantum entanglement and quantum probability are already involved in choosing the winner.
Yeah, Amanda says I want Ryan to pick a schedule. I have told him that you can't run an experiment inside of an experiment. So that's an issue. But I've argued for a long time that like there should actually just be a clock. Like it should just be like whatever the end of the time is, but I don't make those decisions.
Steve, more bass demos.
Yeah, I
That needs to
know.
be your job. That needs to be your job.
Well, I have a job.
Also,
It pays
I know,
way more than YouTube could pay me ever.
I know, same,
So
same. That's why I do the little bit of demos I do. By the way, please like and subscribe on both channels. Doesn't matter which one you're on. I could really use the subscriptions though more than they can. So I wanted to talk about this, Sir Frodo. How about you stream the podcast the day you're recording it to patrons and let them decide? I know a little bit about the way they record. They don't record currently in a setup that would allow it to stream.
we could do. We could. So I've pitched this idea before, to kind of do it like the way Dipped in Tone does it. Well, the
Oh
way I
yeah,
assume Dipped in Tone does it.
yeah.
Though
Live for
Dipped in Tone
patrons.
does have the advantage that they are all in separate locations,
So everything is
right?
on
So
Riverside.
everything's already. Is it? They use
Yeah,
Riverside.
they use
I don't know.
Riverside. Yep.
But yeah, so we could do that. We could set up. I mean, we could. Well, no, because our HDMI out on the camera is going to um
A monitor
a
screen.
monitor in the room.
You use a capture card that has a monitor out as well. That's what mine has. It captures to USB or
Oh
USB-C
yeah,
and
I guess
also outs an HDMI to a
ours
monitor.
might, whatever Ryan has, we might actually have. I don't know.
I'm sure the pod has the technology.
I think some of it is just the idea that like we're not wanting to interact with chat at all. Like and you know, so it's like, are we only going to interact with chat at the very end? Like there's different ways to do it. Like I could plug in my phone to an external battery source and just stream like a little phone that would be sitting at the front of the desk and just facing us and kind of looking at that. But then you're
Then we
also
get to see when y'all restart for the third time.
right. And so that's the other thing there. I think it's the episode. Was that the last week?
Yep, that was the last week.
It had like 3 restarts. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was rough. So there's different reasons. Like I said, I've pitched that idea a few times. Logistically, it's kind of just tricky. And because we're recording 4 episodes at a time.
I know.
But we usually do the 2 topic episodes. So this is a little peek behind the curtain. We used to do full episode, take a break, full episode. Now we do topic, break, ads, episode, break, ads, break. So we're taking more breaks. I think the 40-minute format, I really like it. I hope we stay in that 30 to 40-minute window as much as we can. I think it makes for better videos.
Yeah.
I do feel bad for the people who are like, oh, I walk my dog for an hour and now your videos aren't long enough. But I don't know. Walk your dog faster and then your hour walk will only be 40 minutes, but now you can listen to us on 2 different walks a week instead of just one. And yes, Sir Frodo did remember it is hard to stream from space. The connection's rough. Yeah. What'd you just do?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Tight?
Your camera just moved.
Oh, it did. What just happened? Hold on. Let me quit some things and see if that does it. Maybe an app I opened.
Robert says, I'll work with almost any company for a free guitar. I've done much worse for a ton less.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to my camera just then. It definitely changed. I
zoomed in.
I opened a program and I wonder if that's what did it.
Weird.
Hold on. I'm going to turn my camera off and turn it back on and see what happens.
What's weird is your camera was still looking the same on the side stage. Yeah, who watches a video? Well, they're probably listening to the podcast. I don't know. Now you can see my whole room. What a mess. You can see some homeschool supplies on the corner over here. It's perfect. Let's see if Philip is back. Well,
no, I'm definitely still weird. That is so weird. It's done a whole thing. I opened a chat to answer a message, and that's what happened.
Bizarre. Well, that's fine. We're
right at the
on
end.
paper. We have 1 minute and 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
Bucket hat Steve is a thing. I have 2 bucket hats from Rocket Music. I may be giving those away to Patreons of it. I'm a little bit behind on Patreon shipping. I need to get on that. I don't think it's going to happen this weekend, but I do need to get on top of that. Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill H, I download the podcast and listen while I deliver mail on my 140-mile. Holy smokes, that is quite the route. But in that case, 140 miles, whether it's 40 minutes or 1 hour, it's not changing too much.
There we go. I
Hey,
fixed
you
it.
fixed it. What was wrong? You know?
I just changed the source and changed it back. That was all that
Oh,
happened.
interesting.
So I'll just refrain from checking my messages until the end.
Yeah.
Uh,
Long Phillip doesn't exist. Long Phillip can't hurt you.
It's true. It's true. That was my that was the slimming effect that I added to my camera.
All right. Last question. Unless we get more questions. How'd you feel about the Super Bowl halftime show?
Oh, I loved it. I genuinely loved it. I understood about 25%. Thank you, Duolingo. Of it. I also know how provocative Bad Bunny's music is.
Right.
I do already know how provocative his music is. Look, it's about dancing and shaking things while dancing. That's what it's about. But I thought the show itself was extremely well done. My only criticism, and this is not of this show in particular, it is of halftime shows recently in general. I understand why they're doing it, because that's where the audience is. But the halftime shows of the last few years have shifted from being a stadium experience and like a halftime in a stadium, like a concert experience in a stadium, to fitting inside of a frame.
Yeah. I have the exact same complaint.
All the visuals, all of the themes are designed to fit here so that it is a better show for the television than it is for the people in attendance.
Yeah. This is also, I've heard this a lot, that basically Bad Bunny is the reggaeton or whatever. I don't know how you would classify his music, but he's basically the equivalent of a mumble rapper, that like even people who are native Spanish speakers can't understand what the hell he's saying.
Yeah, that exactly. So I also get that about it. That's why I understood so little of it. Because I don't think I have good Spanish at all by any stretch of the imagination, but I have a pretty rudimentary Spanish, and I felt like I would catch more than I did.
But yeah, I do think I spent like moments in the show kind of wanting to know what's going on all around.
Yeah.
Like what does it look like from a stadium viewpoint versus like, because otherwise you're just kind of watching a music video in real time.
That's exactly it.
Which is still cool, but
it's extremely cool, but it is not what I think of when I think football game halftime show.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest thing. I'm trying to figure out when was the last one they had that felt like an actual like stadium show. I love how the early ones, the earliest Super Bowls, they actually had like college marching bands for the halftime show.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
It's funny how people still people reference that when they kind of stopped doing that in like the 70s.
Yeah.
Like you have them off and on, but not as like the main feature.
No. I feel like Kendrick Lamar's what felt like a more of a stadium show.
Yeah, but even that was like filmed inside a lot, and that was one that I think they could have pulled out on. I was gonna say I feel like Rihanna's was there was more like shots of the room, but I haven't gone back to.
But like the Dr. Dre Snoop Dogg definitely felt like it was in vignettes.
Yeah.
And The Weeknd really feels like the first one where he went really hardcore on that snapshot style framing of everything.
Just hitting this, San Diego's like probably most other cities in on the face of the earth. where depending on where you live, you may or may not actually need Spanish. I would say like in San Diego, generally, unless you live within like 2 miles of the border, you don't hear Spanish on like you hear it, but you're not like you're exposed to it, but you're not necessarily like hearing it, you know, on a regular basis. Definitely like before the area that I lived in, um, before I moved in San Diego, like if you told me that trying to figure out how to phrase this because I think about this a lot where I live now. Where I live now, I think demographically has like the a very similar demographic breakdown to as San Diego. But San Diego tends to be a lot more, I think, this is going to sound, I don't know how to put this in like a more delicate matter, but I think San Diego tends to be more segregated in terms of neighborhoods. So like when I go to the Target that I go to where I live now, I kind of feel like I see the entire demographic of this city that I live in. But the Target that I went to when I lived in San Diego, I was seeing the demographic of that neighborhood and not the demographic of San Diego as a whole. So there are neighborhoods in San Diego that are probably like, you know, population 70,000 that's like 90% Hispanic. And then you go to the neighborhood that I lived in, if you take the same, if you expand out until you have the same 100,000 people or whatever, the demographic breakdown is probably like 10% Hispanic. Yes, it's partially an affluence thing. It's proximity to the border. There's a lot of different reasons for it, but it's a thing that I've definitely observed. The point being that like the area that Ryan is from is definitely a less Hispanic area. It's got, you know, it's got other, which isn't to say it's like a white neighborhood. It's not. But it's definitely less Hispanic and more other kinds of diversity. Here's this question: what would be your dream Super Bowl halftime show artist? We just did geography podcasting. Hooray!
Yeah. Before we go there, I do want to cover this real fast. Earl, you're absolutely right. I think it's worth noting there's a lot of Gibson presence in Super Bowl performances, and Fender showed up in the bass that Green Day's bassist was using. Who is Green Day's bassist?
Mike Dirnt.
Mike Dirnt, thank you. So the Mike Dirnt showed up.
Which is interesting because I thought he was an Epiphone artist now.
That's true, but he, at least for one song, because I looked up pictures after the fact.
Right.
He was playing a Fender bass with a Tele bass style headstock, and the Rhodes that Charlie Puth played for the national anthem. Mm-hmm. So anyway, all right, going on. What would be your dream Super Bowl halftime show artist? Knowing that it's never just artist anymore. It's artists.
Sure. Oh, man. Have we had a Metallica halftime show?
Nope.
I mean, because I'm trying to think about this practically. I'm trying to think about this not just from the perspective of who is, you know, it would be easy to just be like, oh, my dream Super Bowl halftime show artist is, you know, an artist that, you know, no one's ever heard of, right? Like I'm trying to think about this, like both who is big enough to actually be a Super Bowl halftime show artist and who do I think would be really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think Metallica halftime show would have to be up there. Weezer halftime show maybe, but I think Weezer might be really boring.
Yeah.
Which is the same complaint that I had. Like, I understand why so many people love the Tom Petty halftime show. I thought it was boring. Tom Petty is a very boring person.
Yeah, I love
a very boring performer.
It was a boring show by Super Bowl halftime standards. Yeah. You got to just love Tom Petty's music. I kind of felt the same, I'll be honest, about Paul McCartney's.
I forgot. I don't even remember his.
Yeah.
Oh, Nine Inch Nails would be cool. You do a lot of like pyro. You could do a lot of theatrical around. If
I'm gonna suggest one that's on my brain though. While you're talking about that, in that vein, in that vein, I'm going to give you what I think would be a sick halftime show.
Yeah.
Chapel Roan, special appearance by Orville Peck and Gwar.
And how does Guar get in here? What's
They
the
just
Guar
released that cover of Pink Pony
Oh,
Club that was so
yeah.
cool. I think it would just be that dichotomy, that weirdness, that extra weird. That's what I want. I want Chapel Roan with Orville Peck and Gwar. Give me that.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra only works if the Super Bowl's held before Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. But then it's got to be on their tour because they're really busy for those 2 months. I just had Angus Clark from Trans-Siberian Orchestra on the podcast. They're really busy those months.
I want to further explore this because I think this one's really interesting. Actually, 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Not because of 9 Inch Nails specifically, but because I think you open up the potential for a lot of collabs. One, if a bunch of movie studios got together to support this, you could do the entire halftime show the way it kind of used to be, where it was themed.
Yep.
Tron halftime show would be pretty sick, even though Tron Ares kind of sucks. Was not a good movie. I don't know whose fault that was. The sound. Tron Ares is like a 2-hour music video, as far as I'm concerned. Like the plot kind of sucks. The plot's kind of dumb. It falls apart. Whatever, but the music is sick, and you're just at some point you're just kind of watching it with that. I'm trying to look at Trent Reznor's here we go, production and writing credits. If you've got 9 Inch Nails as your headline, you can pull Zach De La Roca.
Yeah, that would be good.
You can pull, dude, 9 Inch Nails featuring Lil Nas X.
Oh, that could be good.
9 Inch Nails with Halsey. Like, so you've got 9 Inch Nails, you've got Halsey, you've got Lil Nas X. You can bring in a bunch of other people that Trent's worked with. You can have a ton of movie references. That could be like that would be an awesome Super Bowl.
Let me add one more, and I think we've got the next 3 booked, because I think this is a good one. Legitimately, Jack White has so many variations of who he is in general that I think, and he is a visuals person. I think you give him a stage like the Super Bowl halftime show, that would be an incredible show.
The problem is well, it's not a problem. It's just not, for reasons. The ideal Jack White halftime show, of course, would be the Super Bowl in Detroit, but the Super Bowl will never be in Detroit.
No. The Lions don't have to make the Super Bowl
for
the Super Bowl to be in Detroit.
No, I'm saying the Super Bowl will never be in Detroit because the NFL is not going to put the Super Bowl in a winter city.
Right. Well, they've got that new stadium, so it's more possible. So the next 3 Super Bowls are Santa Clara, Los Angeles, and Atlanta. So
yeah, 3. When's the last time the Super Bowl was in a winter city? Has it? I just don't remember.
Oh, I don't know. Let me see if I can find.
When was it in New York?
Hold on, I'm gonna find it because Wikipedia has lists for these kinds of things.
Of course it does.
So here are the host stadiums. 27 stadiums have hosted or are slated to host the Super Bowl. I'm looking for a northern.
Minneapolis in 2018. That was the last cold weather one.
Pontiac, Michigan. Pontiac Stadium in Pontiac, Michigan, 1982.
No, it was in Detroit in 2006.
Yep, Detroit in 2006.
So okay,
it happens.
It happens.
So that would be the one for Jack White if they ever do it. But we already know it's not going to be through 2029. So maybe 2030. This is a weird one, Robert.
What?
You know what? I want to see it. I don't know if that's a Super Bowl halftime show, but I want to see Samantha Fish and Gojira. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. So I also love the idea of a Rage Against the Machine halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Chapel Roan makes a ton of sense. And we already know, we don't know when, there will be a Taylor Swift halftime show at some point. That's gonna happen.
Nah, Taylor Swift is cooked.
You think so?
Yeah, she's a
Huh?
Trumper now, so fuck her. She's a billionaire.
What? Hot takes at the end of the episode with Steve.
Guillotine for the billionaires.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Dolly
Yeah.
Parton. Dolly Parton.
Here's a thing, actually. Yeah, Dolly Parton.
I will fight for a Dolly Parton halftime show.
You could bring in a lot of things. We in our NAMM house chat. We got onto this a while ago, and I go back and forth a lot with the idea of the 1975. Have the 1975 on there. Yeah, Dolly Parton and Miley Cyrus. That, yes. I mean, that would be interesting. There's a lot of angles. I tend to. There's a I watched a video recently. I'm going to tie this all together. Where somebody said, when they go dumb, we go dumber. Basically, like,
yeah,
don't try to outsmart your political opponents. Just give them the dumbest concept. And so one of my favorite things to do in conversation is like when people, if somebody somebody is a fan of a thing that's like very mainstream, whatever, successful is right. The word that I'm looking for. There are no ethical billionaires, but that person is a big Taylor Swift fan. I go like, yeah, fuck. Like, as soon as someone says like, there's no ethical billionaires, I immediately go to, yeah, fuck Taylor Swift.
I love it. I love it.
And that's just like this old, like punk ethos in my brain, where it's like, whatever the popular, for a long time, I've fought against this. Like, whatever the popular thing is, if somebody told me like, oh, you'll really love this, or like something gets hyped, I'm like, no, I hate it. I don't even know what it is. I just hate it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Amanda points this out, like, once upon a time, the halftime show is mostly up with people. They did it for a real, like, the entirety of the 80s, and I think the beginning of the 90s, they did a couple of them. And the up with people ones are really interesting to go back and look at, because they're all built like hella woke, like by modern standards, because it's like, when you look at it, it's like tribute to this region of the world. Tribute. I think they did a tribute to the Caribbean in one of them. And they were just doing these, tribute to a certain working class, or a certain whatever. And it's just like a really, I think, a fun thing, but so to this point, if you still have over $1 billion and don't change that, there's something wrong there. I think sometimes, oh man, we're going here.
Yeah,
there are, I think $1 billion is a number that I don't even think the argument I'm about to make is necessarily good. There are dollar amounts that you can reach that, I don't want to say you have no control over it, but before we all hated billionaires, which I don't think is inherently wrong in itself, to at least be extremely skeptical about the billionaire class, there was always this conversation about how Jeff Bezos only takes a salary of like $80,000 a year.
Yeah.
Because the rest of his pay package is in stocks. So he doesn't actually have this money, right? And so that's Bezos. And so this is a whole thing. So I do think that there's a way that if you have a successful enough business, and this probably is not the norm, where you can kind of accidentally become a billionaire. That I was reading recently. Do you know about Epic? The software company Epic?
Oh, I thought you meant the record label.
No. there's a software company called Epic. I think the owner of that company is also a billionaire.
Okay.
Epic is, do you use MyChart?
Yeah.
So Epic owns MyChart.
Got
MyChart's
it. Okay.
Epic is a private company. They don't take public money. They have no investors. It's just this thing that I guess the story is the founder, her husband was a pediatrician. They had her husband had a patient who had like some weird pediatric disease. And when the family moved from one city to another city, they changed pediatrician. And then the girl died like a few months later because whatever weird thing was in her chart, there was no way to transmit it to the new pediatrician easily. So
Gotcha.
then she started this company and does a whole thing. Miku as a halftime show would be, I'm surprised that actually, kind of surprised that hasn't happened already. So I don't know if there's human exploitation in the rise of Epic as a thing. They definitely hold a lot of data. But that's a company, and she's on the that the woman who owns Epic is on the what's it called? The whole thing where a bunch of billionaires sign up to give all their um money to charity. The Giving
Uh,
Pledge, is it the Giving Pledge?
maybe I can look that up. Keep going.
And I think she's at the point now where she's basically giving it back, like 90% of her profits every year are just going straight to charity.
Yeah, that's the Giving Pledge. Yeah.
So whether or not that's like, there's only in some, and because she continues private ownership of Epic, whatever the value of Epic is technically what she's worth. Now, that being said, like, and here's the other angle that like whether there's some other human exploitation like aspects of it is in 20 years, um in 20 years on paper, not on paper, but in like actual cash, um Shohei Otani, in terms of actual realized cash, will be richer than like most billionaires in terms of actual cash.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because he's going to have actual cash in
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah, he will have cash. Like all of these athletes, they're being paid cash in hand. They're not being, Shohei Otani's not being paid with shares of the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's being paid with cash.
Yep.
Versus again,
Do you remember when
most
that NFL player got paid in, like, took half of his contract in crypto?
no, who is that?
Who was that?
I mean, that still could be paying off for him, even though Bitcoin's like tanked from its high.
It was,
Yeah.
there were 6. But Russell Okung, Odell Beckham Jr., Trevor Lawrence, Sean Culkin, and let's see, Aaron Rodgers, Saquon
Of course.
Barkley. So yeah, some of them lost their butts though. They've lost money since signing those contracts. Big time.
How many guitars should the Super Bowl give to people with 2 million? I mean, that would be fun.
I'm gonna go out here on a limb and say that you shouldn't be giving guitars to people. Yeah. That's not what people need to live.
Fair.
I think food and clean drinking water and places to live are way more important.
This is a whole thing for sure. Yeah, getting paid in stocks and bonds it's about leverage. You're getting paid in, if I take $80,000 a year in salary and I take another $80,000 a year in stocks and bonds, like I don't have to pay on those. Like it's capital gains is taxed all differently and whatever. So it actually, and I think you're only paying taxes when you turn that into realized funds. So that's a whole thing. Many people defend Taylor Swift by talking about how much she pays her cast and crews and how making the show bigger creates more jobs. And there's some aspect to that. I know when she did the Eras tour, she was donating like tons of money to Feeding America in each of the cities that she goes into. That argument gets made for every billionaire for what it's worth, except, like think about all the scientists that have jobs because they work for SpaceX. Elon Musk needs to be worth $200 billion in order for SpaceX to exist. Jeff Bezos Think about all the Amazon drivers dropping off your packages. They would just not have jobs if Jeff Bezos wasn't worth $143 billion.
People use that exact same argument for billions of dollar companies not paying taxes. But look at all the revenue they generate for the economy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I just look at that from I guess like it's one of these things where it's a lot. I just think it's a lot more it's also a lot more complicated than we want it to be,
I agree.
So, excuse me. So I think on the whole, as a sentiment, like I said, I tend to devil's advocate all the time.
And you should.
It's just what my brain does.
Well, I think I think it's not as simple a conversation as we would like to have.
Yeah.
Like it would be super easy if every billionaire were some mustache twirling villain.
Yeah.
And many are. Many are.
And to Maynard's point, like a billion is 1,000 millions. So yeah, if you have $1,000 and you give away $1, you've given away nothing.
Yeah, you're giving away nothing. You lost that much money stopping to give it away.
Yeah. And to M's point, yeah, it's a unionized crew in healthcare and all this. I think what Taylor did with her crew and whatever is definitely it's more benevolent than what Amazon is doing. It's just
knowing some people that work for Amazon, and some people that work for Amazon. You and I both know it's way more benevolent than what Amazon does.
Yeah, but it's also like I just see that argument all around, and like I said, I'm mostly on the page of like I just like to point out when people say like screw the billionaires that like, well, your favorite music artist is a billionaire.
Yeah, no,
Rihanna's a billionaire, Beyonce's a billionaire, Jay-Z's a billionaire, Kanye was a billionaire. I don't know if he is anymore.
I looked up this list a while back. Yeah, Beyonce hit billion worth like late last year, I think.
Yeah.
But of course, her husband has even more. So, but
Taylor uniquely did it primarily with through her music, whereas a lot of these other people are doing it through other things. But then also the merch that's being put out for the last album is like the worst of the worst fast fashion merchandise. Like it's that stuff looks worse than Teespring.
Yeah. Agreed.
So I don't know. I'm just ranting now. The coffee's hitting.
So I was going to mention this a while back when Amanda said about Taylor Swift, she doesn't need it for the Super Bowl halftime show. Neither did Bad Bunny.
No.
Bad Bunny is the highest streaming artist on the planet.
Yeah, most of the artists that do the Super Bowl don't.
Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. Not. Yeah, it's not about need. And granted, they don't get paid. I'm going to put that in air quotes. Yes, they don't get paid for the show. They don't get to take ticket prices. All of the cast and crew and musicians, they do get paid union wages to do it. But if they own their royalties, if they own their publishing, they get all of those royalties for the performance and any broadcast or publication of it. So the artist makes money, which is why I think it's even more interesting that Prince did covers during his halftime Super Bowl show. He did 2 covers.
Yeah. I've made this argument that Vild Jugga, you've been in the chat a ton, my dude. Yeah. And I have no idea how to pronounce this username. But yeah, I've made this argument that like, look, like, yeah, and this is the whole thing. Like, if he's genuinely a billionaire, I know that was a big topic in his first term. It's less of a topic now, but it was a big topic in his first term on how much he's actually worth. But like $1.2 million over the course of 4 years, when you're worth $1 billion, to Maynard's earlier point, like, is nothing. I have $1,000. You've given me $2. Thank you, I guess. Like, it's not a meaningful change. Like
So
giving $1.2 million, even saying like, I'm not going to take a salary while I'm president. Go do it. Just keep it in the government coffers. Your government spends a trillion. Like what are we up to? 2.5, 3 trillion, 4 trillion a year. I don't know. A
so
year. What's
the
one
pres-
point? What's
well, the
1.2 million?
presidential salary. Let's look at it this way: presidential salary, and yes, it's bordering on the politics that we don't get too far into it, but these are numbers. This is finance. We can talk this.
Yeah.
Presidential salary is $400,000 a year. That includes some stipends to do like travel and other stuff
Yeah.
like that. So $400,000. You forego that. Okay. Trump's net worth in the last year has increased by 1 point something billion dollars.
I thought it was
1.4.
higher.
It's $1.4 billion his net worth has grown since taking office. Presidents, and that is not just before anybody goes down the rabbit hole, before they go down the rabbit hole, that's not just Trump. Every president has left the office more wealthy than they went in.
Oh, sure. Sure.
And that can be a combination of that can be a combination of corruption, that can be a combination of gifts they're not declaring, but that can also be book deals for their life story that now people want. That can have a
Yeah.
lot to do with all of those other things.
Yeah. I think the Obamas, I think Michelle published 1 or 2 books during the Obama's the 2 terms. I think Barack, did he publish 1 book during
I think so.
the term? So yeah, so there's
Mark makes a point. Well, some left the office dead. That's true.
yeah, those
They
ones.
didn't. They
But
didn't leave.
but there's the various books. There's different ways. This is everything. This is
Selling knockoff guitar.
this is looking at, was Audacity, I hope, prior? Maybe it was prior, and then I don't know the timelines. I just know he made a bunch of money off of it. The other thing to consider is they talk about how these people are making money. The travel is usually compensated for at some point. If you're traveling in between where your district is and the capital, there's a lot of just different things at play, and there's certainly unscrupulous spending.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But then some of that is like, there's these goofy things where you look at where, like, is Nancy Pelosi making shady stock deals? Probably, but a big chunk of her increase in wealth during the time that she's been in Congress is the fact that she married a billionaire or a millionaire. Like, she just married money.
Public speaking fees are crazy.
Yeah.
So
I know. I think at one point the Clintons were getting like $250,000 per appearance.
Yeah.
So you do like 4 graduations and you get $1 million.
Yeah, dude. It's huge. So that's all, that's about as far down that's as far down the political rabbit hole I want to go on a live stream where we're sponsored by Sweetwater. So we'll leave that there, but we'll talk about it at a later date.
Yeah, next time when we're no longer
exactly. We'll talk about it in a non-sponsored episode. Maybe we'll put that over on Patreon. By the way, both of us have Patreons. If you're not a member over there, you can go to patreon.com/60cyclehum. Is that right?
I believe that is right.
And you can also go to patreon.com/40watt podcast. You can support either of these shows. Mine's cheaper, with actual, benefits at cheaper level. $5 a month gets you everything I offer, which ain't much, but it gets you it. So
$3 a month gets you the episodes early on mine, and ad free, but it's only the audio version.
Yeah, it's only the audio. See, no, it's still the same for me. So I haven't started posting the video over on Patreon because I am going to start as of next week posting the video over on Spotify. So we'll see how that goes.
I have heard of this autopilot app, and there's also a couple ETFs that I believe are up and running. I think one of them is, I know one of them was supposed to be, the stock symbol, I think, was supposed to be Cruz, CRUZ, and it was just supposed to be an ETF that encompasses like the top 20 like congressional Republican stocks, kind of a thing.
Yeah. Sweetwater means nothing. Well, listen, Amanda, get me in touch with Long and McQuaid. I'll work with them too. It'll be fine.
Yeah, get us that Long and McQuaid affiliate.
Look, if you can get me a Long and McQuaid affiliate before Landon Bailey does, so that I can rub it
Oh
in
my
his viewers'
gosh.
faces, I would love that.
I actually
That would,
I don't
I
think
don't
they
think
have an
they do.
affiliate
I
program at
don't think
all.
they do either. I don't think they do either. But I
Um,
would love to work with them before Landon. I think I may push that. I'm going to find a way.
but yeah, the ironic thing about copying their stocks just makes them more money.
Yeah.
That's like, let's maybe we can get one more guitar question. Can we get one more guitar question?
Yeah. Let's
You
get.
guys have one more guitar question?
Smash the like button. I'm glad somebody else said it, not me. I mean, I said it, but I was reading it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yep. 400 Sweetwater does, they have that 55-point inspection. It's kind of like your car. You don't really know what's all is in there, but usually it means you have a pretty well set up guitar.
Yeah,
when you
it's
get it.
decent. You still might need to have it set up because they can't set up for your specific preferences.
Yeah, true.
Amanda would just recommend her brother. That's fair. That's fair.
Fingers versus plectrum. So I am mostly a pick guy, but I did watch the video that Buddy Blues just put out about holding a pick and then basically learning how to hold a pick and then rotate it to like your lower finger so you can switch between playing with a pick and playing finger style basically within the span of like a measure.
I do
so
it
that's
all the
super
time.
cool.
I'm
And
surprised.
then,
I'm surprised more people don't do it. If I'm honest,
yeah,
that's the thing that boggles my mind. That more people don't do that. I'm gonna copy a link here to put in my side of the live stream. Yes, Ventera 2s are on sale. There is a link in my side to it's an affiliate link. So I may or may not have bought one of them myself while they've been on sale.
oh,
So
nice. Yeah, the Strat and Telecaster are currently 700. I think the offsets are either 850 or 899 depending on the model.
yeah, you can get
But
the
all
base
of it,
6 for $850.
I think everything is basically $200 to $300 off right now. So
Yeah, there's a few models that aren't marked down at all. Well, I'm sorry. That link that I sent also, it goes to there's a few Ventera things that aren't marked off at all.
Yeah.
So, it takes you to all of them. There's a big green sticker on the image that says price drop for all of the stuff that is marked down. If you want a Ventera 270s Mustang with the competition stripe, which means it goes fast, that's marked down to $699. Yeah, it's a great deal. I don't know why they're marked down. I don't know if this is just President's sale or if there's something coming. I genuinely don't know because Fender doesn't talk to me.
My guess is a combination.
Yeah, probably a combination.
It's an opportune moment to have a sale, and it probably means
I know it's not. Here's
coming.
the thing, Steve. I don't think it's just because it's overstock. You want to know how I know that?
Yeah.
The base 6 is out of stock and it's still marked down for the ones that are arriving next week. So
that probably just means you can order now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hit this last thing. This will be the last thing because I don't understand it. I got a budget flying V with a master volume and 2 master tones for different frequencies. Is that normal? I think that's really interesting. I guess you would use just different capacitors for different tones, but that's
well, I could also see having a master volume and then 2 tone knobs for the 2 pickups. Like instead of a 2 volume 2 tone, it's a 1 volume but 2 tones.
Then it's just a Stratocaster.
Yeah, normal setup for a flying V is 2 volumes, 1 master tone control.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
Did you buy it new? That's the question. Did you buy it new?
Yeah, he says it's a Cozart, which Cozart's is definitely a budget brand, and it would not surprise me at all that they just wired it wrong.
Yeah. You know what? I worked on a Cozart Telly style for a buddy of mine, and that tracks. The wiring was a mess.
But Telecaster 52 says the GNL PBT, which I'm not super familiar with, does something like that. Or that Michael Kraus says Reverend also has a circuit that sounds kind of like that. So maybe that's it. Definitely those could be a couple places to look, is the GNL PBT or this Reverend tone and bass roll off. And with that, I have been Steve.
I have been Philip. I
That's
will
been
continue to
Philip.
be Philip.
Stay grounded, y'all.